On this week's episode, we talk about the NHL's Atlantic Division, more trades and signings in the NFL and MLB, and a rival to the PGA is scheduled. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11, season 2 of Points and Penalties. For all our listeners, we'd like to remind you, please subscribe wherever you get your podcast. For all our viewers on YouTube, be sure to subscribe by clicking the little button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And no matter how you follow PMP, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Give us a like and follow on there. Once again, my name is Josh, with my co-hosts, Kevin, Jesse, and Peter. Kev, start up with you, bud. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm actually having two beers that are different from the Descendants. I'm gonna probably crack open the Victoria Park Huffenweizen. It's a 5.5%. I'd also like to give a shout out to Dragon, the GM of Descendants, for shooting us a shot. Last time we were there.
Great
so
name,
that's
too.
That's
Great
the
handle.
first one that I'm gonna be popping open to give that a sip there for a second after I give you the other rundown I'm doing. It's also, again, Descendants. It's a Herrenbinger. It's also a 5.5%. And that's what that one looks like.
I'm going to give you a fucking Herrenbinger.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't even know what the fuck
Kev.
that is.
So let's give this Victoria Park Huffenweizen or Heffenweizen a little shot here.
Huffenweizen.
Who are you calling a heifer?
Oh yeah, good stuff. Pedro, I'm going to throw this your way, sir. What are you drinking?
Thanks, Kev. I'm drinking a Boomstick Brewing Company. It's a yard sale West Coast Pale Ale. It is a 5% alcohol by volume. And
Bitch.
Oh, Jesus. Like after the first couple weeks and now we're all going downhill. I won it with like a 6 point something last week.
yeah, I stopped shopping for content and for cool
What a
looking cans.
loser.
So this has Buddy.
It's like a
Going full yard
snowboarder.
sale. Snowboarder going full yard sale on a hill. Yard sale. There you go. So first couple sips, pretty good. Nice, easy tasting. Obviously at 5%. Shut up, Jesse.
Hey, man, I thought I was going to be the bitch this week with 5.5.
I was gonna say
No,
something.
Kev, I got you, fam. I got you.
Thanks, bro.
But anyway, it's pretty good. Easy drinking. Not bad so far. Jesse, show us up.
All right. Well, I did come to drink, boys. I know it's a repeat. Metalhead Double IPA, Nickelbrook Brewing. It's a pretty cool can as well. Fucking Queen. And yeah, it's an 8.5. So it is definitely way more than your bitch beers.
Beauty.
Uh-oh. Put your devil horns up there, bro.
Really good. Really, really good. Yosh, did you come to play or are you?
Fuck yeah, I came to play.
There we go. There we go.
All right, Jess. So can I see your can again? You have a nice little, it's a queen. It's a queen with a skull. Look at me
Yeah.
here, bud. I have a fucking king. It's called Fracture Imperial India Pale Ale. It's from Amsterdam Brewery. It's got a king skeleton on it. And it is the king of the day, boys, at 9%.
Nice.
Jesse got beat by 0.5%, but it works out.
It's okay. It's better than
5 and 5.5.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not first, you're last, boys. So really, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Because
This-
we want to get drunk, man.
My drink actually shows I have balls, whereas yours don't.
No, yours doesn't at all. You're not first. So you're last.
It's way more potent though.
Yeah,
You
but
get
it's
nothing.
not the most
It's
potent,
like
so it
what,
doesn't
like
matter.
little
Doesn't
kids
matter.
drink,
If you're
man.
not first, you're last.
Oh fuck. Well, boys, it's pretty tasty. It says all hail the king of hops, and it's very hoppy, but it's nice. I like it. So far, so good. Well, we got a busy fucking week. There was all kinds of different things going on in all kinds of different sports.
Yep.
Pete, do you want to start us up with the old piece of rubber and ice? and
Nice.
wooden things.
There's
Sticks.
no wooden sticks anymore, man. They're gone.
Oh, shit.
When was the last time you played hockey?
You don't want to
God.
know. You don't want to know.
Yeah, so I am going to talk about leading up to the NHL's trade deadline, which is tomorrow. I'm recording this on Sunday. And so far, there have been 5 major blockbuster type trades. And every single one of them has been a player going to the Atlantic Division, which is already the strongest division in hockey. So teams are going all in. All of them teams, or all the competitive ones anyway, all 4. I'm going to go through their trades, starting with the Florida Panthers. So before any of these trades, the Panthers were the most prolific offensive team in the salary cap era. Did you boys know that? I didn't know that.
I do know.
Their 4.07 goals per game rate through 62 games leads all 516 teams since the 03-04 lockout.
That's a lot of fucking goals, man. Would have no idea it would be that high for sure.
Yeah. You score 4 goals every game, you're gonna win a lot of games, and that's why they're leading the conference.
Isn't what these Leafs were trying to do too as well? Like, just get a bunch of scores and play no defense.
I mean, that's not the game plan.
It's sure.
Scoring is good. Preventing scoring is also good.
Yeah, but they're not doing that.
You want both of those things in abundance.
This 4 goals a game has got to be probably a good reason why Huberdeau is, I think, now the favorite to win the old Hart.
He's not the favorite.
I saw an article.
I saw what you're talking
I
about.
saw an article, man.
I saw what you're talking about. It's garbage. He's not
Oh, fuck. Okay, Homer.
It could be just jerking. I'm not saying it's gonna be.
That's what I think it is, man.
But it's not Huberdeau.
Anyway, carry on.
So they're adding to that offense. They have picked up Claude Giroux from the Flyers with 50% of his salary retained, as well as prospects Connor Bunneman and German Rubtsov, and a 5th-round pick in the 2024 draft. In exchange for forward Owen Tippett, a first-round pick in 24, or 25 if it's top 10 protected, I think, and a 3rd-round pick in the 2023 NHL draft. So Giroux, although he's past his prime, he remains a good playmaker and should add even more to that potent offense. Bunneman, former Kitchener Ranger, by the way, shout out.
Yeah.
And Rubtsov are both 23-year-old prospects that have yet to really make it in the NHL. And going back, the 1st and the 3rd, and Owen Tippett was the former 10th overall pick, who's also 23 years old. And a fresh start might be just what all of those 23-year-olds need to really live up to their potential. But that's not all Florida did.
What?
They also acquired defenseman Ben Sherratt from the Montreal Canadiens in exchange for forward prospect Ty Smilanich.
Looks like Slamanich to me.
Yeah. 1st-round pick in the 23 draft and a 4th-round pick in the 22 draft. So Ben Sherratt, according to some fancy stats that I follow, has a WAR percentile of 0%.
We talked about this dude a little while ago, didn't we? About his 0 WAR.
Did we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, still 0, and that's really bad. But he got a 1st-round pick. He is a big physical defenseman, and that can be valuable in the playoff hockey. And Habs fans swear up and down that he was a big part of the reason why they beat the Leafs last year, despite his terrible underlying metrics, 0% WAR. So what do you guys think? Was he worth that 1st-round pick, or do you think Florida overpaid a bit for this guy?
Sherratt, too much, I think. I mean, I wouldn't give him a 1st-round pick.
No, me neither, Kev. I think that's a steep. I forget when we talked about him before, but it was probably me saying I didn't want him.
Yeah, it was that. And the Leafs were thinking of bringing him in too, and then they decided to go elsewhere. Is what you were saying.
Yeah. So
And it was all because of that wins above replacement that you were
Well,
talking about.
yeah, that's for sure part of it.
So is this more for potential than anything else?
No. He's an old man.
Wow.
But it's yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're probably just doing the old thing, like going all in. Like if he's a big
They're
guy,
absolutely going all in.
That's what
Florida
they're
is
trying to do.
definitely going all in. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
they're right now could probably be favorite number 1 to win it.
They're for sure up there. In the NBA, Josh, you might know this. There's a rule. I forgot the name of the rule, but it prevents teams from trading their first round pick in back-to-back years.
There is.
Don't know the name of that.
It's named after somebody or some player or something. I don't know. Anyway, you can't trade multiple first round. You can't trade your first round pick in back-to-back years. You always have to keep one every other year in the NBA. In the NHL, you don't have to do that. So Florida is taking advantage of that lack of a rule. The next 3 first round picks, they're all already gone. So those boys are all in. And Kev, you may be right. They may be right around the top of the food chain in terms of favorites to win a cup this year. Although I think they have a even longer playoff round winning drought than the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that's saying something.
That's something. Holy fuck.
Isn't that again back into the Van Beesbrook era?
I think so. I think we talked about this once before. Yeah, I think you're right. So that's Florida. The Boston Bruins.
Boo. Us Bruins.
Agreed. Acquired defenseman Hampus Lindholm from the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for defenseman John Moore and Urho Vakanainen, and a first-round pick in the 2022 draft, a second-round pick in 23, and a second-round pick in 24. So John Moore has been in the league for 14 seasons, and I've never heard of him. So that probably gives you a good indication of the kind of player he is. Very low end, but good enough to stick around. And Vakanainen is a former 18th overall pick and is also 23 years old. So he's basically a first-round pick, although he's been around for a while and hasn't quite matured into the NHL yet. And another first and 2 seconds for Hampus Lindholm. Now, Lindholm is a good defenseman. He definitely is going to bolster the Bruins' top 4. But to move 2 seconds, a first, and a former first round draft pick prospect, big price to pay. Lindholm is on the decline. He's in his late 20s, but he's already starting to slow down, it seems. And they just extended him for 8 years at $6.5 million per year. So I would not have given him that money, and I'm pretty sure that's why Anaheim wanted to move him, because he was probably asking for that money in that term, really. And I think that extension is going to look real bad after like 3 to 5 years. But in the short term, they are definitely better from this deal.
Ooh.
Boo, boo, boo.
But they needed that left-handed defensive shot, though.
Yeah, I don't know Boston's defense inside and out, but outside of Charlie McAvoy, I don't think there's a ton of big name talent on that decor. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they acquire forward Brandon Hagel. Ever heard of him? Didn't think so. For a 4th round pick in 22. They swapped fourths. And the Lightning give up 2 first-round picks and Boris Kachuk and Taylor Radish. Again, Kachuk and Radish are 23 and 24 years old, so it's kind of a theme in all these trades. It's guys that are kind of highly drafted, right, kind of reaching the end of their sort of prospect age and when they should be entering their prime. But they haven't quite cracked the NHL. So maybe a change of scenery will will work out well for those two guys, plus the 2 first-round picks. That's a huge haul for Brandon Hagel for the Blackhawks. So Hagel, he is also 23, but he is having a breakout year in the NHL. So he's got 21 goals, 16 assists so far, which is pretty good. He's probably on pace for a 30-goal season, I would think, if he continues. Maybe not quite. But the biggest value with this guy is his contract. So he is signed at $1.5 million per for this season, plus 2 more seasons. And if he continues this production or continues to improve on this production, he'll easily be one of the best value contracts in the NHL. So that's why the price was so high for this guy. But that is still a hell of a lot to give up.
Oh, well, they're running it back, right?
They're trying. That brings us to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And according to a well-respected NHL insider, the Toronto Maple Leafs passed on a trade to acquire Marc-Andre Fleury and Brandon Hagel, who we just talked about. So the alleged asking price was Mrazek, which would have been great to see him gone. Matthew Nyes,
He's gone.
and
Right, don't worry about it.
and first-round picks. Picks, I assume, meaning 2, but we don't really know. Now, Matthew Nyes, you probably don't know, but he is a former second-round pick of the Leafs just this past draft. And he is putting together an outstanding NCAA season. He may all of a sudden be considered the Leafs' top prospect, with Nick Robertson joining the actual Leafs and not being considered so much a prospect anymore. And he would almost certainly be a top 15 pick if there was a redraft of just this past year's draft today. So that's looking like a real steal there, and that was more than Kyle Dubas was willing to pay for Brandon Hagel, especially if they were going to get 2 firsts and 2 prospects from Tampa Bay. I can understand why it didn't happen. Well, Marc-Andre Fleury would have been nice too.
But the Fleury, he would have had to waive his no trade, and he apparently does not want to come to Toronto, likely because he's French, so he's much.
He's a habitant.
He's a habitant. He did not want to come to TL. But...
Yeah. I don't know if the talks ever got actually that far to see if Fleury would actually be willing to make the move, but doesn't matter anyway. It's all conjecture now. So instead of going for Hagel and Fleury, the Leafs made a big splash on defense, adding the Seattle Kraken's captain Mark Giordano at 50% retained salary and Colin Blackwell for a cost of 2 seconds and 1/3. Giordano is old, but he's still very effective. He'll slot right into the Leafs' top 4, and likely with his former partner from Calgary, TJ Brody.
Is he under contract other than this year, or is it just a rental?
No, he's a rental.
No.
For sure, a rental.
So
So
they can't land a guy that has any amount of contract on defense. Like, you know, I guess last year it wasn't on defense, but they brought in what's his face there. Captain of the Columbus a long time ago.
Foligno,
Yeah. You know, so it just sucks that they're like, I get rental players, I get it, but it'd be nice to lock up a Giordano for a couple of years. Like, I realize he's old, but
yeah. I mean, then they sort of did make those moves a couple of seasons ago when they added Muzzin and when they signed TJ Brody.
Yeah.
Those guys had term when they were brought in. And Mark Giordano, you never know. So he's a Toronto native and can hopefully finally win a cup with his hometown squad. Hopefully. Shut up, Jesse.
Bro,
Even
I'm
Kev's
not gonna.
shaking his head, man.
Yeah, like it's everybody. Everybody knows it's gonna come. You telling me to shut up is not gonna make me say first work on getting out of the first round.
Yes. Which is going to be extremely difficult in the hardest division in hockey. But anyway, hopefully, because Giordano's a hometown, like a native of Toronto, and he still has a lot of family here, hopefully he'll be up for doing the Jason Spezza contract next season if he wants to come back.
Take the vet min and try and win
play
a cup.
for league minimum, try and win a cup. Yeah. So the other piece here, Colin Blackwell, I didn't know him, but apparently he's a fan favorite in Seattle and also in New York, where they picked him up off of the expansion draft. And apparently he's a crash bang type bottom six forward, who should be very useful in a playoff run. So I haven't heard any bad things about Blackwell yet. Nothing but good news. And a good follow on Twitter, Dom Lushizin. He tweeted, Mark Giordano and Blackwell cost less than Ben Sherrod. LAMAO.
I mean, I guess that's good. Does Sherrod have term, or is he a rental as well?
I'm pretty sure he's a rental as well.
So then they definitely, to go back to that one, they definitely overpaid then for a rental.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go.
War of zero.
Yeah. I don't mind Giordano. I was, I mean, I wasn't ecstatic to see this, but I was happy to see that there's some, another solid veteran on the back end for the Leafs for the playoff run here. And
yeah.
So,
and hopefully it's exactly what they need. So Jesse can stop saying they're all about offense and they don't defend.
Well, hopefully,
and
at
least
least
they get out of the first round.
In the first round.
Like, we'll see, but this is what they need to do. They need to make more steps to getting more defense and just play better on defense. Maybe get the superstars to play some more defense as well.
Well, they're generally speaking.
Nylander in particular.
Yeah, maybe
that man just fucking
there's a figure eight
circles. Yeah, the figure eights and circles around.
Yeah. So a couple side moves here to make this happen. Travis Dermott was traded to the Canucks for a third-round pick to make cap space for Giordano. He was formerly a second-round pick, so lost a bit of value there over his tenure with the Leafs, but not bad. Picking up a third, and he was like their seventh defenseman. And of course, we all remember from the Montreal series, he had a terrible turnover that led to them losing one of the games in overtime, which I will never forget. So I like Dermott, but see you. And Mrazek has been placed on waivers.
Because he fucking sucks.
Because he
Fuck
sucks.
Mrazek.
Hopefully somebody takes him, but I doubt anybody will because he sucks.
Put him in the minors.
Yeah. But so they'll bury part of his salary in the minors. They're still gonna have to pay a good chunk against the cap, but at least it helps. And who knows? Maybe someone will pick him up.
No, they won't.
No, probably not.
They also just signed a Finnish goaltender that won an Olympic medal. So it's pretty good. I think he's the Olympic champ, actually. I don't know his name, like Vicky Sara or something. I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but
although
who knows where he'll be in the hierarchy of things. But
and I didn't really understand that, but apparently he has to clear waivers too. I don't know if that's because they signed him and then waived him to send him to the AHL, or I don't know. Anyway, apparently he has to clear waivers, so we'll see if he clears too. So the current playoff matchups would see the Leafs play Tampa Bay in round 1. And Florida would play Washington. This is if the season ended today. Florida would play Washington as the top seed versus the lowest wild card. But Boston is only 1 point up on Washington. And Florida is only 2 points up on Carolina for the top seed. So if either of those swing, it could very easily end up being Florida versus Boston.
Yeah.
And Toronto versus Tampa.
Ooh.
In the first round. The winner of each would play each other in the second round. So if that happens, how do you boys see that shaking out? Who do you think makes it out of the fucking wrecking house that is those 4 teams in the fucking first and second rounds of the playoffs?
the Leafs, man, they're winning the cup.
Oh shit! Sticking to his guns.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. I got a good feeling this year. This year's the year, boys.
Yeah, the toughest couple games, and they haven't made it out of the first round, which I don't think they will if they're playing Lightning.
See, I would feel better about playing the Lightning than I would be about Boston in the first round, because it's fucking Boston in the first round against the Leafs.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there in Boston playoffs.
But see, I'd almost rather play Boston because we got to slay that dragon, man.
Fair.
got to slay that dragon.
Fair. But wouldn't it be better to destroy them in the second round?
I mean, I guess, but it just wouldn't mean the same.
I guess.
Like somehow a second round win would be less meaningful than a first round win at this point for the Leafs.
I mean, if it was that Florida, Boston, Toronto, Tampa, I don't think Boston would get past Florida anyway. So
No.
we wouldn't necessarily, in my opinion, wouldn't face them in the second round. But
And
Yeah.
Toronto and Tampa are both like kind of close to each other in style of play. So that'd be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Tampa can play in the playoffs.
That's right. Because they
and how many guys do they have coming back from LTIR? too?
Exactly. Have we looked at that yet?
I got fucking Yager just sitting and waiting. He did tease that he was going to make a comeback and he was going to start chasing Ovi now to get
that's
third place back.
funny.
You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. Okay, I'm with you, Josh. I'm hoping Toronto can come out of that meat grinder, and you never know. Boston might end up beating Florida in that first round because, like, again, Florida has the same
Yeah, they're pretty bad. in
the
first
same
round.
history as the Leafs
Mhm.
in terms of playoff success.
Yeah,
And,
Boston has Boston's success in the
yeah.
playoffs. So yeah,
Exactly. So it's you never know what might happen. It wasn't that long ago that Tampa got swept in the first round of the playoffs, and that managed to kick off their fucking Stanley Cup winning run somehow. So shit's weird, and hopefully it's Toronto's here.
So they,
And
took, they took that pain from getting swept in the first round and used it.
Yeah.
Leafs just love taking all the pain every year.
They just got to find out how to use it. Just figure out just once how to use it.
So Kevin, every time we said Toronto was going to win the cup, you were shaking your head. So like, do one of these other three teams win it, or who do you got?
I have Colorado.
Yeah, but out of the East.
For this side, like, who do you think will make it? Because are we all on the same page? It's probably going to be one of these four making it to the cup from the East.
Well, it could very easily be Carolina too. Carolina's a real good team.
Yeah, the
Okay.
teams are good.
Go Tampa.
Anyway, so who do you think out of the East then, Kev?
I'd probably go. I don't know. I say honestly, Florida, what they've done, they're gonna win it. I mean, they're stacked, they're ready to go, and they have the great opportunity to do so. I think Florida takes it.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, you're
Try again.
No, you're wrong.
Oh shit! All right, you're entitled to your opinion, but
Yeah. And Jesse, what did you say? Did you say Tampa?
Yeah, I picked Tampa at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna stick to my guns. Like
There you
they're
go.
good in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm gonna change my guns most likely because I don't think my team is gonna make the playoffs. In the fucking,
who the fuck did you choose?
I picked Vegas.
His other team in the NBA might not make the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
Great season so far for picks.
How's your bracket going?
It's decent.
It's all right. It's all right. Oh fuck.
Okay, so one last question for you boys before we move off of this. Who do you think improved the most out of these trades I went through today? Which of these four teams got the most better?
Florida, for sure.
With fucking Ben Sherratt?
No, I'm just saying Florida in general for
0% war.
for who they picked up. I mean, the guy might be a zero, but the guy can definitely take a body out, and that's what you need. You need someone to be able to take him out.
And Claude Giroux. Claude Giroux's probably gonna help out.
No,
He's also pretty good in the playoffs too.
Pretty sure it's pronounced Giroux.
Giroux.
No, I say Florida for sure.
I'm gonna go Homer and say the Leafs because they got rid of fucking Mrazek. Hopefully, at least got him off the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lightning and Brandon Hagel. He seems like a pretty.
You didn't
good
know who
kid.
that was.
I did not, but the way you talked him up, I'm happy about it. And
You're a
like
good
you said,
salesman,
actually-
Pete.
Yeah, that worked for me. Like you said, they gave up a lot, but it's a couple prospects that weren't working out, and I guess the first round picks is condition.
Two first round picks. Well,
Condition.
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 The only condition is that it's top temper deck that I think. So if it's in the top 10, it just moves to the next year. But
They won't be
I
getting
think-
those picks till much later.
yeah, I think the Leafs improved the most. I think they needed that help on defense, and I think they got it. Plus the bonus, Colin Blackwell, who should fill out the bottom of the lineup nicely. So go Leafs, go.
What's your gut feeling on, like, we still have tomorrow? So do you think any of these 4 teams make any more, like, probably not major, but do you think they make many more moves at all?
I would say you might still see Toronto do something for a goalie. You might not, because Chalgren's playing okay, and Jack Campbell is going to come back from injury, hopefully back to the old Jack Campbell. And like, if he's back to old Jack and we have Chalgren backing him up, I'm cool with that going into the playoffs, as long as Campbell's playing the way he was in the fall
Before
and not
All
in the-
Star.
and not in the spring. But that's risky, so they may try and add a goalie. We'll see. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything major. None of them have any first round picks left, except for the Leafs. So that's it for the NHL. What's some crazy money being thrown around in baseball? Why don't we go through that?
Lots and lots of money going on in baseball. There's just fucking, everybody's just giving out the fucking dollars. Benjamins are flying,
Making it rain.
making it rain. So we got all kinds of signings and one major trade that I would like to chat about today. So first up, Carlos Correa, former Houston Astros shortstop, pretty good shortstop, signs with the Minnesota Twins for 3 years, $105 million. For me, it's kind of odd that he chose Minnesota. They kind of seem to be maybe in a retool, and I realize that he's a good tool to add if you're retooling. But you look at the rest of the team and it's like, meh. So I just don't, other than the money, I just don't understand why he went to Minnesota when there was
For
other
the money.
places.
Yeah, it was definitely the money.
For sure. But if you want to win a championship, there was definitely other places and he could have got a pretty good payday elsewhere.
Yeah, but not as big as this probably.
Yeah. And like, he's got the player option each year too, right? So I don't think it'd be strange to see him play just the 1 year here and then go back to free agency.
Maybe. Yeah. Fair enough. So with this signing here, his average yearly salary of $35.1 million becomes baseball's 4th highest per year, behind Scherzer, Garrett Cole, and Mike Trout. And in my eyes, he is not even close to Mike Trout in terms of skill and batting ability. And so for this amount of money is crazy to me.
And that's why I went to Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, and they just moved Josh Donaldson to clear up some space, right? Not that he was massive money, but he was sure enough. So what I'd like to know from you guys, if you think Correa is worth this money. Now, like I said, he's the highest. He's obviously now the highest shortstop if he's the number 4 overall.
He's the highest infielder.
Fair enough. So do you think he's worth it?
Probably not.
I mean,
that you can think like what Tatis signed last year. It was pretty massive, but nowhere close to this, and he's got way more potential than Correa.
but Tatis had a ton of term too, right? Like, this is a pretty short deal, and it's got the player option each year. It's a lot of money, but I think it's because of what the term is. Is he worth all of it? Probably not. But he's for sure a top shortstop in the league, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but
Like,
I
is
don't
he
think
number
I don't
one,
think he's
though?
worth it. I don't think he's worth it. That's what I'm kind of getting at here.
Yeah, I'm kind of agreeing, but also I don't think it really matters because the term is short enough that, and it's Minnesota, like, they're trying to draw some fans probably,
That's fair.
and the division they're in is not really that strong, other than the White Sox. Like, there's probably a good chance they can make a playoff push with what they have in the weak division they're in. So why not? Why not give them that money?
Well, now they can with the expanded playoffs.
Yeah, that's you for sure.
I personally just don't think so. Just because I get what you're saying. Like, it's not a long deal, but the average year, this is what free agents get, right? This is why he went there, was to get the most money. And
Yeah.
so it's Do I think he's worth it? No, but that's what happens in free agency, right? Like the good players don't reach free agency. Minus
Yeah.
fucking Freeman and
Yeah, well, that was just stupid. We'll
How
get to
does
that in a minute.
do we know how the playoff format is yet? Like who's actually going to make the playoffs here? Like the AL East is still fucking
Best
for
like,
sure. King.
division in the league.
right. So
Or one of.
if it's like the division leader and 3 wildcard spots, it still might all be the AL East.
It's possible, I guess. Yeah, it would be possible. We'll have to find out. I don't know exactly how the 12 team playoff will work, but that makes sense that they would just add the extra wild
And
cards.
one more wildcard, yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
All right, so another shortstop, Trevor Story. He signs with the Boston Red Sox, 6 years, 140 million.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely a boo on that one. He's likely to move over to second base with mainstay Xander Bogaerts playing shortstop. He's been there for quite a few years, so he's likely not moving over to 2B. I would assume that Story does. So he's a pretty good player. He's not a pretty good player. He is a good player, but I have a little bit of concern with him coming out of Colorado, and just because of the field that they play in and the lighter air, so on and so forth. So any player coming out of Colorado, the career numbers are going to be a little bit skewed because it's so good at home, and then they tend to have worse numbers when they're away. So Story's batting average and on base percentage are 60 points lower on the road, and his slugging percentage is 160 points lower on the road than it is at home. So considering that he's playing in Boston, there is a bit of a short porch. Sure, it's a hell of a lot taller with the green monster, but there is a bit of a short porch in left field. Do you think that this potential move, or not a potential move, but this move from Colorado is going to hurt his average and his other stats and whatnot? Obviously, defense is still going to be the same. But offensively, do you think
he's
things will
changing
change?
Position too? So
well, yeah. So there's definitely going to be
guess,
a defensive adjustment period, but you would assume that he's going to come back to, let's say, 95% of what he can do at shortstop.
Right,
eventually.
Yeah. Typically, like shortstops can play anywhere, right?
Of course,
except for catcher.
Best player on the field, typically,
Yeah.
except for catcher.
So like, and I guess you could even name Simeon, right? Like he was a shortstop, but he played second for the Jays, and he was fucking awesome there.
Yep.
But I think there will be a bit of a defensive shift. Who knows? Your concerns about Coors Field, I have the exact same concerns.
The only thing is, like, when you look at some of the other guys, yeah, they maybe had a little bit of a dip, but like, look at their Arenado. Are his numbers that skewed? I don't think they are.
I think they are.
Are they that skewed? Yeah.
I
didn't look
like
into it. So
he sacrificed average for power, so his power's still there, but he also had ones barely get out of the park too. St. Louis Cardinals has a bigger ball field, and it's not up there with that thin air. But his average was sacrificed, and he was lifting the ball and pulling the ball a lot more. So he did do damage for sure. He's still a really good player, and I kind of expect the same thing out of Story. It'll be interesting to see with the green monster though,
right?
Because he might be hitting right into it, right? Like
right, which is okay too. I was just going to say the same thing. Maybe he hits it 10 feet from the top, and that's a bitch for the outfielders, right? Because I mean, if obviously the Boston outfielders are going to know how to play it more than opposing outfielders, but that's still a tough one. How do you know where it's going to careem off, how far it's going to come back at you? And that's a tough one. So because of that, I think if he was going to a bigger ballpark, I think his offense would really, suffer a little bit more, not to a point where he's, going to drop down from an near elite talent at shortstop, but
you'll definitely see the home runs go down
for sure. And so now with the signing, that pushes the Red Sox, unfortunately, up closer to the number 1 spot in the division. So is it a full-fledged 4-horse race now in the AL East?
I mean,
I think it's more of a 3-horse, but that's just me.
So who's the third? Who's the team that's out?
I don't think the Yankees are going to do much.
Okay.
Oh, I disagree. I think that I still think that the Red Sox are still the 4th team in this division. I think the Jays are alone atop the division. and I think the Yankees and the Rays are right about even. But I think all four of them are going to be fairly close. Like I said a few minutes ago, I could see. Again, I don't know how the playoff format works, but if it's 3 wild cards, I could see all 4 teams in the playoffs.
I think Baltimore's going to do
Bad.
Um,
Why do you think the Yankees are gonna be so bad?
Because the team to beat right now, like you could say, is the Jays for sure. They built up but the leaders of that division is the Rays.
yeah, for sure.
And all I've seen is the Red Sox get better, whereas like Yanks got Donaldson, and they re-signed Rizzo, who wasn't that good last year when he got traded to the Yanks. So that's why I don't think I guess they got Garrett Cole, which is good, but who are their other pitchers that are going to do anything there?
That's fair. That's
Like
fair.
I think Boston has a little bit more better pitching, and they got all around talent. And like, even though we talked about Story's home runs going down, well, I did at least, and Yosh, but I think he's gonna still be a productive player, just not as productive as he was at Coors, but he's still gonna be pretty freaking good. Like Donaldson, I think you sent me something today, Yosh, that he played like 135 games or something like that.
138, I think it was, but
Okay,
yeah.
138. So that's a lot of games for Donaldson in a year. That's tons. So that's good. If he can be that self and make that many games, that's great. But it's hard to guarantee that he's going to do that, right? He was injured with the Jays a bunch and everywhere else he went. So that's why I don't think the Yankees really got all that better last year. I think the Boston Red Sox have.
The only other guy I could think of if he comes back healthy for the Yanks pitching is Severino.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the only. I can't really think of, like, I know Jordan Montgomery, but he's back end meh. Exactly. So
and Severino, like, yeah, he's another guy that gets injured all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he's really only had like maybe 1 or 2 good years.
Yeah, but like I said, if he were to able to come out healthy this year, then that's going to be a huge boost for that rotation, no question about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's my idea of why the Yanks won't be there. Like, who knows what they'll make trades within the season. Like, they're always going to try and make the playoffs for sure too. But right now, that's how I see it playing out.
What do you think, Kev?
Fuck the Yankees.
Well, obviously, fuck the Yankees, but fuck the Red Sox too. But
right,
what do you think the AL is? How do you think it's going to shake down at this point?
Toronto will be up there. I mean, I definitely know they're going to make it playoffs. I can guarantee you that.
Well, yeah, I think we're all
guaranteed us that last year.
But I'm guaranteeing it again this year.
But they didn't make it last year.
Yeah. Nah, they'll do well
by a game.
Yeah.
No, I see them doing better than they. I mean, they're going to make it. I mean, all the way, probably not, but they're definitely gonna.
Well,
so wait on that one, all right? Let's not talk about that. You just wait. I got more. So you think they're gonna do? But what about the other goofs? The Yankees, the Red Sox. Like, do you think they're gonna be? And Tampa. Like, do you think they're gonna be close? Do you think it's gonna be just the Jays and the Rays, or?
Well, the Rays will probably be on top because they're a damn good team.
You think you're going to win the division again?
Probably. I mean, they're a great team. I mean, they're basically kind of kept that team together, have they not? I mean, great things keep them together and see where they go. Yankees, no. I don't see. I see Red Sox being okay. I mean, I'm not really into the baseballs, and I like watching, but I mean,
should be, man. This is your division.
Yeah,
best division in baseball.
We're not talking about the fucking NL West or something. Or wait,
I mean, they're
NL West is pretty good too. Yeah. What are the other shitty divisions?
So I guess Jesse, you have it. Like, who do you think is going to win?
I think the Jays are going to. I think
you got Jays, Rays, Sox, and Yankees.
Yeah,
in that order. I've got the Jays, Rays, Yankees, and Sox. but I think they're closer than you think the Yankees are
Nope.
at the bottom.
You're wrong.
I'm on the same page as you, Pete. I think I think you got a 2-horse race really between Tampa and Toronto. I do hope and feel like Toronto's going to pull out the W for the division, and then that fight for the third wild card type thing or what have you will be between New York and Boston. I think New York I just have a feeling New York is gonna maybe put a little something together this year. Just have a feeling. I don't like it, but I just have a feeling.
And they're probably not done either. I don't know who's still out there, or they might make some trades or whatever, but
yeah, there's still some guys out there for sure. So we just mentioned the NFC. Fuck, it's not. Is it football, boys? The NL West.
woo!
So if I'm not mistaken, the LA Dodgers play in that division. Imagine that.
Challenge, just kidding.
I mean, you can check it. I'm pretty sure. So we talked about it last week that the Atlanta Braves acquired Olsen, the first baseman, and we questioned where that left Freddie. We had said maybe he would go to the Jays. The Yanks had interest, and obviously the LA Dodgers. Well, he signed with the Dodgers, 6 years, 162 milli. And I mean, we all know what Freddie Freeman has done and what he does for the city, and how good of a teammate and a clubhouse guy he is. But looking at that lineup up and down, will anybody be able to stop the Dodgers? Like, they are fucking stacked.
Scary.
Yeah, but we said that last year too.
I guess
at the trade deadline, they got Trey Turner and what's his name, Scherzer. So, and they beat the Giants, but they couldn't beat. Was it Atlanta? It was Atlanta.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. They're a good team. They're going to be a good team every year, pretty much, because they spend the money. Doesn't make them better than last year. Maybe.
I mean, Freeman helps.
Yeah, it does.
Well, but they lost
sure.
Corey Seager though, right? So that's a big.
Yeah.
So, but the bat.
Scherzer.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Like they're, like I said, just they're going to be great, and I mean, because you've got Tatis got that busted wrist, so he's out for the first couple months, I believe. That's going to be hard to come back in terms for the San Diego Padres. I mean, hopefully for their sake, they can put something together early without him.
I doubt it.
Right. So it's going to be tough for them to be able to come back. I don't think you're going to see the Giants have as good of a season as they did last year.
Why?
Well, there's no Buster Posey. They also don't have. I mean,
they got Joey Bart coming up.
Well, de fucking do. I mean, I know he's not too bad.
He's a pretty good prospect.
I know, but I'm just saying. I just don't think that it's going to be. They weren't supposed to be as good as they were last year to begin with, and I just don't think that they are going to be able to continue that level of play consistently through the whole season.
They got some pretty solid pitching.
That's fair.
So and big ballpark, and they're just going to get a couple of runs. They're going to play the Rays game pretty much. Mm-hmm. That's what they're going to do. Pitch well, play good defense, get a couple home runs.
All right, let's move on to the Philadelphia Phillies. They made a couple moves. Just as we were talking about baseball last week, I got a notification that said that Andrew McCutchen, I can't even remember where the hell he signed now, but he left the Philadelphia Phillies. So they had some holes in the outfield that they wanted to address. Bryce Harper had said that he really wanted to get a big bat to help them out in the middle of the lineup type thing. So they went out and got Kyle Schwarber. They signed him 4 years, $79 million. In 2021, he was initially signed with the Nationals. He hit 25 home runs in 72 games and then was traded to the Bo Sox, and he had a 291 batting average in the 41 games. He also posted a 957 OPS in those 41 games with Boston. and kind of taking out the old adage that he's just a home run hitter and just a slugger. That's a pretty good batting average for a guy that, is touted as just a home run hitter. So, and I think that obviously helped him get some cash here. And then not too long after, Phils went out and signed Nick Castellanos, 5 years for $100 million. Now last year he was fourth in NL batting average, 309. This is all NL stats here. So he was tied for seventh with 34 homers, ninth with 100 RBI, third in slugging with a 567, and fourth in OPS at 939. He was also I think 12th in NL MVP voting. So he had a hell of a year. And this is definitely a good player to add. So now these Philadelphia Phillies are stacked in the outfield. So they've obviously got the two I mentioned, Castellanos and Schwarber. They obviously had Bryce Harper, and they've got a young kid in Vierling who plays center field. In 34 games last year, he hit 324, which was pretty good for a kid. So with all this talent, where do you guys think all these guys play? Typically, Castellanos has played a lot of right field. He can play left field. Schwarber's a left fielder, and Harper is a right fielder, but can play center as well. So
every now and then, put one in, take one out.
See, I don't think that's a good idea. Only for days off and for DH stints, which is basically a day off anyway. I would put your guy in that position and let him excel at that position. I wouldn't switch a right fielder every other day type of thing. For me, I probably
Vierling guy is. I've never heard of him. Really.
Yeah, I checked the depth chart, and then I looked into some of his stats. Like I said, he's a prospect. He's a young kid, and the depth chart didn't include Castellanos or Schwarber, but he was the leading center fielder type thing on the depth chart. So my guess is that he is the guy that's bumped here. I figure Schwarber plays left. You end up putting Castellanos in right, and then Bryce goes to center field. That's what I would think happens.
Yeah, it makes sense to me for sure.
And you could probably put Castellanos and Harper. If Harper just wanted to play right field, he's no, fuck you. Then I think Castellanos could probably play center. But I feel like Harper is probably better in center.
Yep, I think that. And who knows? They might want to keep this Verlin guy down for service time reasons.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, especially now because they have all these guys now for term, right? 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure what Bryce's contract is, but we've got these guys for a while now. All right, moving on. Colorado Rockies signed Chris Bryant, 7 years, $182 million. Middle of the order bat. And an outfielder who can play third base, first base. So pretty versatile, not a pure utility guy, but he can do a lot around the field for you, especially when injuries come around. So because he can do a lot, I'm just curious where you guys think he'll play the most this year, position-wise, because he's obviously playing most of his games in Colorado.
He's going third base. Tree.
I think he's going to play at least half of his games in Colorado.
Yeah. Huh.
Another cold take from Pete.
I'm with Kev, though. I think probably third base. But we'll see.
I think Ryan McCann will probably be playing third.
Yeah. McMahon, I think it is.
McMahon.
McMahon,
yeah. So, and then they got Brendan Rodgers playing second. First base is CJ Crone. So, yeah, I would see him in the outfield.
That's what I think too. I think left field.
Yeah.
Sure. Right field's like Charlie Blackmon is old as fuck, but he's the mainstay in right field. That's not going to change other than days off. And I'm not sure who they got in center field right now, but
either do I. I'm not sure.
But Chris Bryant's not a center fielder, so
yeah, no, not a chance. But
no.
Yeah, he'll be your utility guy, kind of just jumping in where he needs to.
Yep.
When you have injuries and you're trying to sub out people, but I think he'll probably play in the outfield.
Me too. Once again, Jess, we're right.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're wrong. Time will tell.
Oh, time will tell for sure. For sure.
Opening day, April I'm guessing 7. And that we'll see who's starting
Yeah.
where.
All right, next up, Kenley Jansen. He was a Dodger last year. He moves to the Atlanta Braves, World Series champ Atlanta Braves. Signs a 1-year deal for $16 million. Kenley is 13th on the all-time saves list and second among active relievers with 350. He has the third best strikeout rate in history among pitchers with at least 500 innings at 36.8%. And with the loss of Freeman, the addition of Olsen, and now the addition of Jansen, toss in there old man Charlie Morton as their number 1 pitcher and Ronald Acuna as their superstar player in general. Do you think these guys, and have they done enough at this point to make it back to the World Series?
I don't think so. Not to make it back to the World Series, no, but they'll be in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, well, there you have a pretty weak division. So,
I mean, it's going to be a really hard road. They certainly could make it back. Can they get through the Dodgers? It's going to be tough. They did it once.
And that was with a lot of trades at the trade deadline when they did that. Like,
Yeah.
Eddie Rosario was re-signed. I remember seeing that. And then they didn't get Soler. He is elsewhere, I believe. I can't remember where. Like, they signed guys, but like Olsen, like, I'd rather have Freeman there.
100%.
Yeah. But Acuna is the big piece, right? Like
Yeah. You have to worry though about that ACL too. So
I think he's going to be less of a man than he once was.
I think it's going to take some time to get back into his usual self, right? And they didn't really start playing super good until after he went down. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to say playoffs. I don't think that they're going to make the World Series again.
Yeah, at this point, I agree. I don't think they're going to make the World Series. I think if they were to make some more additions, then maybe. But as of right now, no. That's for me. All right, guys. Last piece I got for baseball is the Toronto Blue Jays made a splash. I was right about a splash. I was right about the position, but I was right about all the players involved.
Wrong about everything else.
So the Blue Jays have made a trade for Matt Chapman from the Oakland Athletics. They give up pitcher Gunnar Hoagland, who was the 4th best prospect in the Toronto system. Infielder Kevin Smith, who was 9th prospect in the Jays. Pitcher Zach Logue, who was 27th, and pitcher Kirby Snead, who was not ranked in the Blue Jays system. So it's not like we gave up nothing, but we really didn't give up a whole lot for a player of Chapman's caliber. Now, his offensive stats last year were not great. He slashed 210, 314, and 403 with 27 home runs and 72 RBI. Not great, especially that average. But I feel like he's going to have a hell of a lot better year. There's zero pressure on him to hit the ball out of the park in Toronto because everybody else can do it. He's more just a role-playing guy. He's going to be a mid to bottom of a lineup, a batting order type guy. So like I said, there is no major pressure that way for him. And I just think he's going to do a lot better. I think he's going to hit 30 to 35 home runs this year and 85 to 90 RBI type thing. Obviously he's got half his games in the Sky Dome, which is a good thing as it's one of the smaller ballparks. And he plays a lot of games in Boston. He plays a lot of games in New York, which are also small ballparks. So I think all that is going to help him. And here's my hot take, come up with his best offensive season of his career.
And this is not something that Simeon happened as well when he came into Toronto. He didn't play all that well, but then you got there and he just
the year
lit it up.
before the 2019 season, he was fucking solid.
like in Oakland, it's a massive ballpark, right? So home runs are definitely going to suffer, but average theoretically should go up, right?
Yeah, I think Kevin's right though about Simeon. Like that got to be his best offensive season.
Oh, probably. I mean, it's definitely what got him paid.
Yeah.
So that's my hot take about Chapman. Like I said, offensively, he wasn't a stud last year, but he doesn't need to be a stud on the Blue Jays. He just needs to be a guy. Even if he does what he did last year, that's going to be a great. And then add his elite defense at third base, and that's what this trade is all about.
This guy's got speed. This guy's got speed too, though, man. You say he's got some like pretty like he's got stolen bases. I mean, the guy can steal.
I mean, I didn't look at his stolen base totals because I'm not.
This is the Jays. We hit bombs here. We don't.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned.
Just go stand on first.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get you home.
Exactly. But I love the defensive ability of Chapman here. He's got to be one of the best defensive third basemen in the league. And
you don't just throw gold gloves up to anybody.
He has platinum gloves.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
So,
platinum as well, but you just don't throw those shit out to someone that's in there going, hey, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, man, 100%. So I think this is great. Like I said last week, I was hoping for Jose Ramirez, but that was me thinking maybe we could get another guy who could hit fucking 40 bombs.
We still might be able to reach that, man.
It's possible.
Like if you think about it, like this lineup is so elite, and you're inserting him into this, and he's going to be the out that they're going to be gunning for, so they're going to be trying to throw fastballs by him, and this guy can hit fastballs. So it's
you got to pitch to somebody.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be looking at fucking beach balls coming in, and it's going to be. I kind of agree with you on this. It might be his best offensive season, and he could reach 40 home runs. I'm not going to say he's going to replace all the production that Simeon did, because Simeon did like everything for the Jays last year. So it's going to be tough to replace that. He'll have more power than Simeon, I think. I think Simeon hit over 40 bombs.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, after the one that I gathered, that next pitch he hit was a home run.
That's right. Certainly was.
So I think it's great. I was actually very interested in seeing what Gunnar Hoagland would do. Like, he was our first round pick last year's draft, so I was interested in seeing him. But oh well, we got a superstar. Well, not superstar defensively third baseman, but he'll help for sure. Like when I actually sat down and thought about it, because I was really invested in getting Freeman. But this probably works out better for us.
Defensively, 100% does. Right.
Well, yeah, but then you also move Vladdy over, and he's like, we all agree that we think he would do better there, but I think there would still be a lot of errors there.
Yeah, for sure. You would gain if you added Freddie and you moved Vlad over, you're definitely going to gain more offense, but you lose defense compared to Vladdy at 1 and Chapman at 3. So,
yeah.
Any idiot can play first base.
Any idiot can, 100%. All right, so we've mentioned this before, and I kind of already gave you our the answer on our spreadsheet here. But do the Jays have any glaring holes that need to be addressed? The answer is second base.
Well, I think maybe second base.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you think about second base, Pete?
Well, I think it's going to be Biggio's place to lose. And
I agree.
We'll see if he can manage to not lose it. But to Jesse's earlier point, he may be the sort of weak point in that batting order that gets pitched at. That might be a good thing for him.
Well, no matter who ends up playing, unless they make a move, no matter who plays second base is going to be the weak point. Like, who do we have that can play second base that it wouldn't be tied up in another spot already? So Biggio, Espinal, and maybe bring up Groshans.
Yeah, but he hasn't really played second base yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Again, he's a shortstop by trade, so he can probably play anywhere minus catcher, right? So it's difficult to see. I think you're wrong about Biggio. I think last year he had a chance to be in that get pitched to, and he was garbage. So I'd rather have Espinal in there just because of his average, and he plays pretty good defense.
He plays pretty good D, yeah.
So that's who I would do, and they would just tell him like, hey, just slap it down the line or the other side of the field, like just
get on
just
first.
get on base, and someone will hit a bomb to get you around.
Help
No
us
stealing.
with the ribbies. That's it.
You will be runs scored.
Yeah, exactly.
So and last year Biggio's average was just god awful, and like he's even hitting in a small park and he couldn't get it enough home runs. So I don't know. Like he's a good utility player, and that's what I would keep him at. I might give it to Espinal, but that's just me.
Yeah, and I suppose it depends on how their spring goes, really.
For sure.
Yeah, you're right. Who gets hurt, right? Who gets hurt and who
Or
does something?
Who's playing better? Yeah,
For sure.
who's showing up?
All right. So
I just
oh,
want to
sorry,
see
go
a
ahead.
healthy Springer. I just want to see a healthy Springer from the get-go to the end.
Springer
No
gets
fucking
one
injury.
at bat a fucking spring training game.
Yeah.
Then he takes a seat on the
I'm
bench.
legitimately okay with a little bit of load management for Springer because he can't be on the shelf for as long as he was last year.
No
For
way.
sure.
Even though you got to get a jersey of them, right, Yosh?
I do have to get a jersey of them. Yeah. You know what? I had a hard time finding them. I can't find one right now. They're all sold out everywhere.
When we go to the J game, we'll find one.
But then I have to spend extra money.
Oh man, I know I'm spending at least 200 and some odd on a jersey when we go.
Who are you getting?
Oh, who am I gonna get?
Yeah.
I have no idea, man. I might go old school.
You said last
I
night.
might go new school.
I'm gonna
I
get one
might
too. I don't know who yet.
I might go 1E1. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
I'm between him and Guerrero, but everybody's got Guerrero.
Yeah, but I might go old school. I mean, I might just go one and get Fernandez. I don't know. I might go George Bell, Barfield. I like.
You won't be able to get those at the stadium though. You know that, right?
Yeah, but they'll make them there though. Isn't that
No,
the
they
point?
don't.
It's spending
They don't make
200
them
some
there.
odd.
They don't
Oh,
make
well.
them there.
That's
They
shitty.
might down in the main concourse, but you'd have to order it like at the beginning of the game and pick it up at the end type thing. I don't know if they
Whatever.
would do it that quick.
But I mean, I like new school. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. I don't know if I just get a Chapman just because he's going to be there for a while. Like who knows? If Chapman,
There's lots of choices.
I know there is. I mean, until I get there and see what if a number.
I think
pops
we
out
should
at
all
me-
get different ones.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I've already got to get a Springer one. Not that that's a bad thing.
No,
Yeah.
but you called it. I mean,
And
if you hit a home run or a grand slam,
It was a
you're gonna
grand
do it.
fucking salami, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Pete called it too. He's like, he's gonna hit one here. And I'm
Sure.
like, if he fucking hits it, I'm buying a jersey. And boom, out she goes. I don't know. Kev, you had a pretty big hard on for a 1E1 yesterday. So
Yeah, man. I mean,
and-
double shit's
and-
all right.
Pete, you're by that, getting rid of those two, it sounds like you got to get Vlad.
Yeah,
And,
I was between Bichette and Vlad, so
And
Kevin's
Jesse's
making
too
my
cheap to
decision
get
for
a
me.
fucking jersey with a number on the
Way
back.
too cheap, way
So-
too cheap. No, I my J jersey does, but it's
Was
JD.
it Brett fucking Lowry? Like,
No,
Hey, man,
man,
I'll
it's
take a
JD.
13.
oh.
I'll take
you
a
talking
13 all
about?
day.
The actual good third baseman.
All right, boys. Last question about baseball. Do you think we see a Blue Jays Dodgers World Series?
No.
So who's it going to be then? Call it. Let's call it right now. I
World
know it's way
Series?
too early. It's way too early World Series matchups.
Yeah, this isn't our beginning picks for the world.
No,
Series.
this isn't picks. These are just way too early. way too early.
Way too early picks.
So what do you
I'm
think?
fine with
Kev?
that. I'm fine with that, but like again,
I'm gonna say that the Rays win it.
No, not like I want to know who the matchup is. That's what I'm asking.
who's the matchup?
The matchup, yeah.
I'll go the Rays and the Dodgers. It's not the Jays.
All right, so I 100% think it's the Jays and the Dodgers.
Well, of course, because you put it down there, man.
Bro, that's why I'm asking. And
Yeah.
if you think it's the Rays and the Dodgers,
Rays, Dodgers.
what about you, Jess?
right now I would say it would be the Jays and Dodgers. The only one I might switch out would probably be the Dodgers and go with Milwaukee.
Ooh, we could get
The
a
Brew Crew.
Brew Jays World Series. What do you think, Petey?
Well, I'd like to be different and not have us all saying the same thing, but I think you're right. I see it, Jays Dodgers.
Fuck yeah. That would be fucking crazy. That would be an insane World Series. The amount of talent on both of those fucking teams.
Yeah.
How much those tickets will cost?
Oh, don't even try.
Oh, we're trying.
Okay.
We'll see how much they're worth. 100%. I will definitely
Hey,
look
man,
it up.
I'll sit in the 500s. I don't give a shit.
If the Blue Jays
You
make the
still
World
better
Series,
bring 4 digits worth of fucking
yeah, for
visual.
sure. For sure. Maybe we'll just watch it from your fucking your balcony.
Yeah. It doesn't look at the stadium at all, but yeah.
That's okay. The streets are there.
It, you know?
We'll hear it. We'll hear it.
Well, we'll watch it on TV, you idiot.
Yeah.
At least we're there when they win it. We can
Exactly. Run down, celebrating the riots and shit.
It's not that far of a run.
All right, now who do you think's gonna win the MVP? No, joking.
Oh my
Bloody-
god.
Talking about an MVP, it's coming up next.
This week's MVP was also last week's MVP.
Fucking a bitch.
Again, quarter.
Only a quarter, though. Only a quarter. He shared it last week. We should have done our research, seen that he was going to be the MVP again this week, likely, and held him out last week. But say la vie, here we are. Libich James passes Karl Malone for the second on the NBA all-time regular season points list. So Libich sits just 1,459 points behind the all-time leader, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It would only take LeBron 54 more games of his current 27 point per game average to break the record, which is extremely achievable.
Yep.
Likely to happen, I would say, next season.
For sure.
So the list
Probably
right
before,
now,
probably before the halfway point next season, I bet.
yeah, probably
he's
like
still
right
got-
around Christmas
right?
time.
Right.
early
He's still got a
January,
handful
maybe.
of games this year for regular season. So yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, if you how far he's gonna go in the playoffs.
No, playoffs don't count in this particular stat. It's only
this is
regular
just
season.
regular
Just
season?
regular
Okay.
season, yeah.
So the list right now is Kareem at 38,387. Libich moves to 2 at 36,936. Karl Malone was sitting at 36,928. Kobe is 4th at 33,643. And MJ with 32,292 rounds out the top 5. So do we all think he's going to break this record next season? Or is anyone dissenting?
I mean, you got to think he's going to do it. Sure, he's had some injury issues as of late, but 54 games, even if it takes him the whole season because of injuries, I still think it's definitely attainable.
Yeah, he's also put up some pretty good games recently too. So
I mean, 27 is his average.
Yeah.
Like he put up a 50 burger not too long ago. So
Mm-hmm.
that's 2 games worth.
yeah, pretty much. So, like you said, it's probably gonna happen before halfway.
Yeah, for sure.
Kev?
Guys, he's definitely gonna do it. He'll definitely do it. Fuck that guy though.
Yeah, I think so too. So he's not the only active player that's in the realm of reaching the top of this list. There are other guys on there that could maybe one day challenge Libich's record once wherever he sets it at once he passes Kareem. You guys see anyone that's currently active eclipsing that record?
Antetokounmpo.
Giannis.
Yeah.
That's an interesting take. I never thought to look at him and see where he's at all time so far. That's interesting.
14,000. I don't know how old he is though.
14,000, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's not that old, but he's not also not that young, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's
he's
a
in his
long
prime,
way to
though,
go
too.
still.
Yeah.
Like he's still got 20K more plus, right? So
He's
That's a
20,
lot.
20 he's 27.
that's
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he plays for 10 years, maybe, but
If he does what like LeBron's doing,
Mhm.
maybe he gets close.
yeah.
Yeah, but I bet LeBron had a lot more when he was 27. He started at 18, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
He just got out of high school.
Yeah, for sure. So when you look at the list, the next closest guy is number 9 at Carmelo. The next closest active, and there's no chance that he catches.
No way.
him.
No.
No. So there, we know that. And then the next one is KD at 23. He's got 25,000 and change. My guess is he makes it to the top 10, but I don't think he's putting up another 10,000 plus in the rest of his career to eclipse LeBron.
No,
I agree with you on that.
missed too much time, I think.
Yeah, and then like even you keep going down, and it's like, who's the fucking next guy? Like,
Harden.
Harden, yeah, Harden and Chris Paul.
Well, Westbrook's there too.
Yes, he is. Yep.
So I like that. That could be a guy, but
No, Russ
But
is fucking
he's
done.
old too, though, isn't he?
he
Like,
is old. He's like
That's
close
why
to
he's on the
80.
geriatrics, man.
Yeah, I
Harden's
That's
agree.
why
probably-
they're there.
If we're voting, it's probably Harden or Durant. That's best chance, but I don't think anybody gets close. And
Well, I
this is just the guys that are close now. Like you could go to some of the younger guys
Right.
that are obviously not.
like the big thing, like maybe you could go back down and you could find Luca. Luca, I think, would have a potential, and then anybody that is a big 3-point shooter now,
Yeah.
right? So like maybe Trey Young, just because it's a 3-pointer, right? Like, but Trey and maybe Luca, but they're definitely Trey is not as dominant as LeBron was at the same age, right?
Yeah.
Luca's pretty fucking good, but is he as good as LeBron? I mean, there are some metrics that say he's better than LeBron at the age when it comes to like triple doubles, shit like that. Obviously, different positions and so on and so forth. We shall see how Doncic's career shakes out. But my guess
Yeah.
with right now is your closest bet for me is going to be KD, but I think he maybe
He's
makes
too
8.
old.
Yeah, he
think
maybe
he's
makes
too
the
old.
top 8, and that's it. That's his
And with all the
size.
injuries that he's had, I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
Yeah. Does he even crack 30,000?
I
guess
mean,
that would be pretty much top 8.
it's
Shaq's 8 at 28,000. Wilt the Stilt is 7th at 31.
He'd have to have a few healthy seasons, I think.
mhm.
Yeah. I don't think he does.
I mean, I think they need to really work on the load management with him. Like legitimately pull a Kawhi, like Tio and Kawhi, like just play him every other game, like
Yeah.
and to keep him healthy. Like,
Yeah.
I guess it's pretty tough when you have only Kyrie playing 50% of the games too, right? So and
Just
that
switch 'em.
actually, yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
really.
Keep KD there for the home games.
Yeah, exactly.
Gab,
Yeah,
you think
but-
anybody's gonna get up there or what?
I sit on Jacopo, man.
That
Oh
was
yeah,
good.
fuck.
That
I'm
was-
fucking
that was-
drunk. Don't worry about me.
So you actually think Antetokounmpo is going to pass LeBron when he's said and done?
Oh, yeah. I'd say by about 20 points then. How's that?
By 20 points. One game more.
I guarantee you he doesn't. Not a chance in hell. But as much as we shit on LeBron, like he has been since he came into this league as a teenager until his fucking geriatric state now, he has been the model of consistency as a superstar player, and that's showing on the all-time points list as of next year. He'll
And all
have
the
the
other
crown.
all-time lists too. Like he's up there
Yeah.
in all the other ones too. So
Yeah,
And it's
and
just how ironic it
including-
is. It's going to be with the Lakers as well. With Kareem being there, I'm sure he's going to be at the stadium.
They might not be with the Lakers.
well, that's true. I have a
Wherever-
feeling he
wherever
will,
Bronny
but,
goes.
he kind of said after that he's not going anywhere from LA. So he did say wherever Bronny's going, but I think that's more like when he said, "Okay, I'm gonna be fucking out. I'm done." Like I think he's gonna stick in LA until he realizes he's done, and then maybe he goes and plays with Bronny wherever he may be at that time. But
It's not going to be right away. It's going to be father against son at one point.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, but if like I bet if the Lakers fizzle out of the playoffs like in round 1, I bet he fucking seriously rethinks his Los Angeles roots.
I don't think so, man.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, he's got too many deals here.
Where's he gonna
Yep.
go?
He'll just tell people that they're
He
the
could go all kinds of places.
just to retool the fucking thing.
A lot of teams would take LeBron James even at his current age, on their team.
Obviously, but still. You're obviously you gotta hand the reins over to him essentially, right? Because he's like that. Like, and obviously it's not working in LA with his GM abilities. So
Yeah.
You know, who's gonna, you know, if you're a smart owner and your GM is winning at this point, why would you want to bring in a guy that thinks he's a GM and clearly is not?
Because he produces, man.
But
Boy
at
wins
40 years
championships.
old, he's probably not going to be.
They may not still have it at his age, but he's not 40 yet either.
No, but I'm saying in a couple of years, like we all figure that he's going to be probably can be good enough to get that record next year, which is probably going to put him at 20 points or more a game, or even if he takes him the whole year next year.
Yeah.
Right. But is it drop off after that? You know?
Probably. Yeah.
Like, for instance, like his points per game at age 37 season is 29.7 points per game.
It's gone up.
Like that's in just the age of 37. But if you look at the rest of these top five, Karl Malone was 23.2 points per game. MJ, which was actually age 38, was 22.9.
That's above LeBron's career average, though, right?
Well, currently they said he's averaging 27, but in just his age 37 season, it says 29. I'm looking at 29.7. Yeah. I don't know what his career average would be.
Didn't you just say 27? I'm confused.
No, this season it says, so the article I read initially was 27 points per game, but since he's been 37,
which happened in December when he turned 37.
So half the season, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like, so that he's been 29.7, 29.7 points per game.
I get where Peter got confused because it definitely doesn't say per season the 27 points per game. So I get what he thought it was
like I'm assuming that's his career average.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I don't think it is his career average. That wasn't what the article was stating. Okay, it's saying currently he's shooting 27 points per game for this season. Yes.
Gotcha.
But since he's been 37, he's been shooting 29 points per game.
Yeah, well, we know that.
Which is half a year. Or not
continue.
Even yeah, continue on. That's pretty much it then, I guess. If we all think he's going to break Kareem's record, but only Kev thinks that anybody is going to beat LeBron's record currently playing with Giannis by 20 points.
Yeah, buddy.
Specifically by 20 points.
When it comes true, buy yourself a fucking lottery ticket, man.
Fucking right.
So,
LeBron James, future right now, bet on Giannis.
Yeah.
All-time fucking leader in points in the regular season.
Fuck, you're gonna be a bag holder forever.
Put $5 on that.
Fuck, man, I really need that $5.
Yeah. So LeBron James, you're our MVP for this week.
I'm not cracking no beer. I'm not cracking a beer for him.
But because you're a bitch and you were MVP last week, no cheers for you.
No cheers for you, sir.
I do need to open my beer, though.
Me too. So
this one's not for you, LeBron.
I'll open, but definitely not for you, sir.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Yeah, like you said, he's definitely
you guys,
one
man.
Of the
this is amazing. You gotta give him some respect.
Respect when you sit there and not bounce a ball on a tirade on the floor 3 times and not get technical for it, or throw a basketball at somebody's head. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't throw it at his head. He threw it at his body, and he was
either or.
But it wasn't after the play. It was during the play. He was just trying to bounce it off of him. And
I really didn't have that much of an issue with that. He's trying to bounce it off him out of play.
He's trying to make, I don't know.
I didn't like
him
but
bitching and all that stuff and getting these calls too have come because he's probably the greatest, right? Like it comes with the territory, right? So he's gonna get those calls. Look at Tom Brady.
Look at Tom Brady. Yep.
Yeah, he gets tons of mystery calls.
For sure. He got a fucking rule changed.
That's right. So he's not the only one getting disrespected. I hear the RBC Canadian Open's getting disrespected too, Kev. Why don't you let us know what's going on with that?
They are so So the rival, as we like to say, the LIV Professional Golf League, is going to be playing the RBC Canadian Open. It's I don't know, I would say just kind of disrespectful, I guess. But the LIV Golf International is an 8-event, $255 million of USA dollars.
USA dollars.
Is being funded by the government of Saudi Arabia's, which is controversial public investment funds. So, I don't know about that. It's just a lot of money that these people are just throwing away, which is, like a good, I wouldn't say good thing, but it's enticing for these other players to go over and do play. The first one's going to be done in the Centurion Club in London. That is the same time as the actual Canadian Open, because they couldn't do the Canadian Open with regards to the COVID that we had for 2 years. So now we have Mary Deposy is the chief of marketing. Is the chief of marketing by the RBC. Told the Toronto Star, basically, our objective is not to be distracted by any outside stimuli. We are focused on making this the world-class event. We know that it is and will continue to be. Greg Norman, as we all know, I know as the Shark, is a 2-time Canadian Open winner and is the commissioner of this new league. Now, each of the 7 events will have a purse of 225 million, while the final event will be over 30 million in the top performers. 4 events will take place in the United States, 2 directly competing with the PGA Tour events, as known as the John Deere and the Rocket Mortgage. Now, those 2 events are showing to be done the John Deere of June 30th to July 2nd. The Market Mortgage Classic is July 28th to the 31st. There are no events in Canada, although the Greater Toronto Area course did confirm this to the Star that this rival league has been in touch with them to see if they can actually get a game there. No golfers are confirmed to play in this rival series so far. The PGA Tour, led by the commissioner, Jay Monahan, has said golfers won't be allowed to return to our tour if they choose to play in this new series. So, guys, do you think that this is going to hurt our PGA? And other question, will this LIV league play in Canada?
That's a lot of money on that purse, man. I don't know if it's going to necessarily attract the top names if they're not going to be allowed back onto the PGA. And that might just entice some of the sort of middle of the pack guys, the fringe.
Right.
Not going to be able to win a PGA likely guys to go say, hey, I could get 25 million bucks. Not have to beat the top players in this event. I don't get to play any more PGA Tour events.
But you're making more money.
But I
You're
could
making a hell of a lot more money.
But you're only making money. There's only an opportunity to make money 8 times.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to throw away the potential to make money 40 times, because I'm pretty sure the PGA runs, it's got to be fucking damn near all year. Like, sure, the big guys don't play in the ones in the the off season, but you theoretically, if you're one of the bottom end guys who it might be one of these guys to move over to this new Saudi tour, you might make some more money, but can you make more money playing 40 rounds or 40 tournaments and making $1 million, or do you make more money winning 8 courses at $6 million You know what I mean? Or 8 tournaments at 6 million. You really gotta look at where you stand as a player to see if you actually would make more money.
But they got to remember too, though, there's no cuts right now in the Saudi one, right? So these
There's
players
also only
could
54 holes too, so that
Right.
could be an advantage or a disadvantage depending on how you look at it. Right? It's not a full 72 hole tournament.
right.
So
Yeah. But with no cuts, but either or, there's still no cuts, and then you still have an opportunity
no cuts
to come back.
doesn't really. Yeah, if you're the last guy.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
there's
yeah,
no fucking
granted.
chance, right?
No.
Like, so
But
that
if you're-
only affects those guys that are on the brink, and then you still have to have a stellar fucking day or day and a half, and that other guy at the top has got to have a shit day. The chances of that making a difference is slim, in my opinion. The cut thing, but I mean, I don't think the big guys. I know the big guys aren't going. We've already heard the Rorys, the Tigers, the Dustins. They're saying they have allegiance to the PGA and they aren't going anywhere. But they are the top end guys. Maybe not Tiger so much as a top end from a dollar standpoint, winning standpoint anymore. But I don't think they're going to go anywhere. You will definitely get the mid to low end guys that are going to look at this and say, maybe I can make a little bit more money playing for the LIV invitational tournaments.
Like a DeChambeau, like a Reed, Patrick.
No, they're
I
still
would say
up there.
DeChambeau would stick around in the PGA.
But that's what I'm thinking about is they'd get a lot of younger guys like being like our up and comers more or less being like, well, go over here, try and make. I'm pretty good, but I can't compete with these guys. Go there for a tour, see what they can do, right? Like they're obviously going to make that 25 million. Like also the thing that the top guys is only an extra 5 million more. Like I don't know if you're going to get any top guys for that point. If you're going to get a young and up and comer, maybe he'll jump over there just to see if he can make some more money. But he might come back right after the tour.
Well, but if the PGA is saying once you're a PGA member, if you can't come back,
I thought it was just for the tour, return to the tour. So I thought it would be just for that like year.
I think it would be more of the PGA's tour, not their tour.
So you would say it'd be forever. He would be banned for forever.
That's what I kind of got out of it. Yeah.
Okay, that changes my thought then.
Right, because do you give up all that? That's a lot of playing time if you're even half decent in the PGA, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're one of these guys that, I mean, there are other leagues in the PGA. So if you're might be a top end guy in some other, I don't know, I'm just using like an Asian league or the Australian league. Like I'm just saying, random type leagues, then maybe this is something because it's got such a large purse or potential purse, then maybe this is something where you go. But I don't think they're going to draw the top end PGA guys at all. Not one.
So you don't think it's going to hurt the PGA?
No, because all the big guys are there.
Right.
And do you care about the guy who finishes 30th? I sure as fuck don't. Right. Unless it's fucking one of your guys. You're like, fuck, you really shit the bed. But no, I don't think it's going to hurt the PGA at all. I don't think so at all.
And do you think that this league is going to come into Canada, the new one? You think you'll see it here?
Probably not.
I mean, first off, I do think it was super disrespectful of a Canadian and a Canadian Open winner to have this start on the same fucking day. I think that's just stupid from Greg Norman's standpoint. He has to give his head a shake and realize that no matter what he does and thinks, he's still a Canadian. And why wouldn't you want your...
He's probably getting paid top dollar.
He's getting paid top dollar for sure. But just put it the week before or postpone it a week. Like that's what I would do. If I was in Greg Norman's shoes, I wouldn't have put it at the same time as the Canadian Open. Now, that being said, we know the Canadian Open does not draw all the superstars. It draws some of them, but it's not the Players' Championship. It's not the Masters. It does not draw that many of it doesn't draw all of the top end guys. So, I can see that side of it too. But if I was Greg Norman, I definitely wouldn't have had this scheduled the same time frame. As for will it play in Toronto, I don't see why not, or not necessarily Toronto, but elsewhere in Canada. I don't see why not. Everybody is driven by money in this type of thing. So if the money is there and Glenn Abbey doesn't give a fuck if Like maybe if the PGA were to say, hey, look, if you guys sign a contract with Saudi, we're never going to come
Coming
back. Then that's a different story, right? Because the PGA is like, especially on a top end course like Glen Abbey. But maybe a course which I think is a pretty good course in Rattlesnake, which is in Oakville. Maybe they would say, okay, well, we're probably never going to be able to be a PGA Tour course. So why wouldn't I want to go and get this exposure from the Saudi league here? So I don't think it's impossible. I do have my doubts on the couple top end courses that have PGA affiliates already, or have already had tournaments, because they might be weary of not being able to get PGA tournaments again.
Like Whistlebear, maybe.
I mean, Whistlebear, Grey Silo, Grey Silo was LPGA, but there is, if PGA were to come down with sanctions, if you will, if you do this, we do this, then I think the Canadian courses take a step back and really think about it. But why wouldn't you want money?
Yeah.
And
the exposure, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I agree. I think if the LIV league is successful and it continues to go for a couple of years, they'll come to Canada.
That's the key thing is going to be successful. Now it's probably going to be more successful overseas, right? And then they got to build that up. And here in North America, breaking into the market will not be easy, as we've seen for another league for the NFL, right? Like the Arena League or the XFL. Like it's tough to break into North America with a new league. So I think you got to have a lot of access, and you're gonna have to sink a lot of resources into trying to get people to flip. Like you said, money makes the world go round, and some people make a ridiculous number and they'll match it, and it could happen. But I think it's gonna take some time.
Do you guys care about where the money comes from?
That's the big thing, right? That's why a lot of them don't want to do anything. That's why Rory's so mad about these guys, because of where they're getting their money.
Pretty political, but
I mean, it's super political. But
I don't know. I think it matters a little bit to me, but it's still. I get people want to see, if they want to see more golf, then they'll get it that way with more money coming in. Like I've wanted to watch off-season football, but the NFL always does such a good job of drawing me back in with, they got like the free agent period and the draft and the combine. So like you gotta, like, if the PGA wants to keep it North American, like, yes, they go overseas and stuff like that, but it'll be tough to break into it, I think.
And the key is the pros, the superstars. That's the key, right? If they can draw one superstar somehow, then it's going to be
Mickelson's the big one. That's
yeah, but he's stepped back on his statements, and he's said basically said he was an idiot for saying what he said, and he has stepped back from maybe, but he's stepped back from golf right now, so he's not. I mean, the Masters coming up. I don't know if he's going to play in the Masters this year.
That'd be very interesting.
You probably need more than one too. Like if Pat Mahomes went and played in the fucking XFL, but he's the only one, you're gonna watch the XFL?
Yeah.
It would actually be pretty cool to see him just fucking torch every defense. Like like him seeing a missed pass or something like that, it's the receiver's fault.
But at the same time, though, like in that respect, like watching a football play, and that's a whole lot different than a long drawn out game of golf, right? So to watch Tiger go out there and even at his age now and destroy the competition, is it really going to be that exciting? I know exactly what you're saying, Jess. In football, it would be exciting because this guy's just dominating, but in golf, you want it to be close because that's what makes it exciting. He has to make this putt to win, not, well, he could fucking knock this around the green 13 times and then he would still win. And
then it might be interesting.
Yeah, well, because it's only by one fucking stroke at that point. But
now, if both these events were actually on TV at the same time, would you not be interested in trying to take a look at the LIV, or are you still going to watch the RBC?
It would depend on who's there, but I'd probably watch the RBC.
You're not going to flip flop. You're just going to continue just to watch the one.
I'd probably just watch the RBC. Yeah. Again, at this point, there have been no confirmed players that would even entertain this. Now, Greg Norman has said that they haven't sent out the invitations so it is an invitational tournament or tournaments. So it's not just like anybody can just say, hey, I want to go play. You need an invitation to get into these tournaments. He said that they will be inviting the top 200 players to each of these tournaments, but the top 100 are probably not going anywhere because they'll be so, to watch the number 101 guy versus the 105 guy, or I can sit there and watch the number 10 guy because the number ones probably aren't playing in the RBC Open, but I could at least watch the number 10. I'm still probably going to watch. I might check it out. Like, there's no question about it. I'd probably flick over and see what's going on, but it's not going to keep my attention because on the other channel, I got fucking Brooks Koepka and DeChambeau fucking going at it,
Yeah.
So, but that's just my thoughts anyway. That's what I would watch.
Me too. RBC. I would want to watch that one unless there was no golf on.
So
All right,
you would
Jason.
still watch PGA all the way through before you flip the channel over to the
Yeah.
LIV.
I mean, the only way I'd ever see any big information on the LIV is when I wake up in the morning to watch my, boob tube. And if they have anything in there, then sure.
So even you're not even going to actively even look for it by yourself on your phone or wherever. Like,
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't get much of my information from TSN anymore. Like, sure, I watch the sports centers, but anything I get my info on is usually on my phone, right? I'm looking, reading articles and shit like that, but it's
No, that's the only way I'd find anything out about it. Unless it, like you said, popped up on my phone or on the
like
TV.
I wouldn't look. I would not actively go and look for the LIV tournament unless, like I said, there was big name guys there. So, and I just don't see that happening.
So what's happening in the NFL here?
Fuck, there's some big names thing going on here.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, big name. Deshaun Watson is traded to the Cleveland Browns.
That blows my mind.
It's more political, I guess you could say too in this, but it's still ridiculous what Cleveland gave up for this guy who could still be suspended. So Deshaun Watson went to the Browns, and the Browns also got a 5th round pick in 2024. All right. And and then what they gave up was a 1st round pick in 2022, 2023, 2024, and a 3rd round pick in 2023, and one more pick in a 4th round for 2024.
Well, we talked about this last show, and I was way off in what I thought they would get for him. I said I thought they would get 1 first rounder.
No, like me and Yosh were saying, he's a top 10, maybe a top 5 quarterback in this league when he's not investigated for sexual assault and all these civil cases that are going around. So he's a really good quarterback, and I got some stats down there of what he last did when he was playing in the NFL, and he is a great quarterback. But not only that, but Cleveland signed, I don't even know what happened to his old contract, because he just recently signed a huge contract with Houston. So I don't know what happened to that. Like, I know Houston's still on the hook for some dead money, but it's not a lot. Like, it's a lot for how much it is, but it's not a lot for dead money for a QB. So he signed him to a brand new 5-year deal, $235 million, and it's all guaranteed. So the only other quarterback that I can remember that has gotten guaranteed money is Kirk Cousins, like for his full contract. And he'll be making $46 million a year. And it just doesn't make sense to me, man. I thought he was gonna cost a lot. I didn't think he was gonna cost this much. But when all this is done, he's still gonna probably be in his prime. And he's still gonna, like I said, he's a top 10 to top 5 quarterback. Like, he's really, really good. but he comes with a lot of baggage.
I feel like 46 million a year means he's gonna make $880,000 a week. That's fucking insane. Yes, please. I'll take 880 G's a week.
Where's this money going? Like, where's the? What are you doing with this?
He
guy?
gets
What are you
massages.
Yeah, in his case, he gets massages.
Yeah, but like, pure, like, where's this going? Into cars, like your mansions, your yachts, like
All of the
what do you-
above.
why? It just blows my mind that these guys make this amount of money. Like, it's mind boggling.
I'll take the
And-
rookie minimum, man. Fuck.
Yeah, for sure. Like, this is the best league out of the 4 sports, boys. So you could also even think too was the Browns were out. The Browns were out, and then they were like, well, what if we give you a new deal and it's all guaranteed? And then fucking Watson dollar signs rolled back in his head and was like, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Like they would.
Yeah. So because he was out, and I think it was between like your team there, Kev, Atlanta, the Saints, and possibly the Panthers were all looking to get him.
I was kind of excited for Atlanta when I heard that. I'm going, what? No, yes, get rid of Matt B. Trying, get this guy in here. Yeah, but whatever.
Well, it's like I said, it comes with a lot of baggage, and he still could be suspended. Like, he might not even play next year. Who knows? Like, how long the suspension will be? But we'll probably figure that out spring to summer, maybe, if he's going to be suspended or not. So a couple other signs that just happened as well was the Stafford got 4-year, $60 million extension, 135 guaranteed. Big money for Stafford, 40 million a year. So it's not far off from that. And then Rodgers signed a $150 deal. I don't know what was included in guaranteed money there, but there's avoidable years in 2025 and 2026 to help out the salary cap purposes. So it'll be like those signings is just trying to give you a rough mark of how good Watson is. Like, obviously Stafford and Rodgers are on the high end or the old end, right? Like, they're a little bit older than Watson, but these are both Super Bowl champs. One's a back-to-back MVP. It's pretty interesting. Like that, like Rodgers definitely got his way with his money, but he lost Adams, which we'll talk about later. So my question to you guys is, does Watson play this year?
I think he does.
I think so too.
I don't think
So-
he gets suspended.
You don't think he gets suspended at all?
No. They dropped a
Hmm.
criminal case. I just have a feeling that a lot of this, I mean, I know it's tough for 22 lawsuits, but if they found him that there wasn't enough evidence to hold him in a criminal offense, I just have a funny feeling that the civil is going to fall through as well.
Figured it out. I figured out why he needs this amount of money,
Those will be good.
so he can pay off all these people,
I mean,
and then say, you know what?
maybe.
Shut up. I'll
So
give you
what
your
does that-
money.
What does that say about the
Guaranteed.
Browns?
It's
I
It's
mean,
guaranteed.
they've already been fucking accused of throwing games on purpose. So,
Yeah, and that
So-
guy got paid. That guy retracted his statement too. So
right, exactly. So maybe he
He
got paid.
I think there'll be a suspension, but I think he'll play. I don't think he'll be suspended probably more than like 4 games at the most. I think he'll see a little slap on the wrist. We'll figure out what he's paying out to these women probably. Well, maybe we won't. Maybe we might be sealed, but there'll definitely
well,
probably be
we won't find that out.
it'll definitely be like a settlement done, I think, for these civil cases. So after my prediction of even him just say four games, he's suspended for 4 games. Do the Browns make the playoffs, and how far deep do you think they go?
Wow, that's a tough
Ooh.
one, man.
that is very tough.
All right, I guess say they make the playoffs. I'll say they finish second, even with 4 games missing, but no more than that. from Watson. I say they'll finish second in the division.
Who's first?
Cincy.
I
Yeah,
think Cincy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a hell of a fucking division.
I would agree. Yeah,
For sure, back end for me on that division is Pittsburgh with Shitty Mitch
Yeah,
as
for
their
sure.
QB. Like that, I think Tomlin's going to get his first losing season this year.
Yep.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I think second for the Browns, which puts them in a wild card potential. So I think they're going to squeak in. How far they go, man, that's a tough one to say right now with not knowing who else they could play. And they're in the AFC. That's tough. I guess if I have to say something, I'll say they'll get past the wild card round, but that's in the first year.
I think it's going to be tough for them to even get in. Like like you say, Jesse, the AFC is congested. Like, who's gonna win the AFC West? Kansas City probably, but who else is there?
We don't know about that, man. There's lots of competition there.
That's what I'm getting at, though. There's also San Diego, and there's fucking Denver,
and there's the Raiders now.
Yeah,
and the
Vegas
Raiders
is fucking good now. That's a
Tennessee's
tough division.
got the South blocked up.
I guess.
Well, he's not wrong. Like,
and then the Bills for the AFC East.
Yeah,
I would
there's
say.
not really going to be anyone else. Like the Patriots, maybe a little bit, but like I don't think they're going to make the playoffs next year.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be the Browns duking it out with probably the Ravens and one of the teams in the West for that last wildcard spot.
Yeah. See, like I think the Browns are going to probably finish third in the AFC North. I think Baltimore is going to. I think you guys. Yeah, like I like Baltimore a lot. I'm a big Action Jackson fan, and there was a lot of guys injured on that defense last year, and they had no running backs. So
yeah,
I think they'll rebound. I think you'll see them. Also, Jackson was hurt a lot last year too. So
didn't he have to leave a fucking game to shit himself?
Yeah.
That's I realized.
He had a lower body injury. Okay,
I'm pretty sure he came back and won that game. So
yeah,
you know
I
what?
think he did.
He weighed a lot less, so he was good to go and running around.
Coach, I gotta take a shit.
Gotta go.
But now I feel limber.
I've been fucking squeezing it, Coach, for the last 3 series. I gotta go.
But yeah, I think they'll probably finish third just because like they got a good running game. Their defense is pretty good. Like Jarvis Landry, Odell's gone. Odell didn't really do much there. They got Amari Cooper, but he wasn't good enough for Dallas either. So
Oof.
it's a tough market out there, and I don't, and it's even tougher in the AFC. So I don't know even if they make the playoffs.
I was gonna say like what Yosh said, maybe just a wild card, and that's as far as they go.
See, I don't even know if they make that.
Yeah,
Because
I think I'm with Jesse here. I don't think they make it.
like I'm just saying this is off of a 4-game suspension as well. Like you got to get Watson up to speed.
Yeah, there's gonna be 3 or 4 games just to get up to speed for sure.
Yeah, and like he's gonna get training camp and stuff like that probably, and I don't know about preseason, but he won't be allowed at the facilities at all for the suspended games, but he's allowed to be at training camp. So it'll be interesting. It's a lot in the air. A lot was given up for him, but like he is a superstar quarterback.
I mean, even if he's suspended for those 4 games, like I know Baker's not a superstar, but he's still half decent, and he should be able to.
Gone, man.
He's gone. He's gone 100%.
I mean, right now he's not. So
No,
I think
I'm with Jesse 100%.
he's gonna go probably to Indy, is what I think.
but they've already said they're not trading him. They said they're not doing anything. Like he's staying where he's staying, is what the Browns have said.
I have heard that they are receiving offers from
Yeah.
Colts. He's already said his goodbyes to Cleveland and
Yeah,
stuff
well,
like
he
that.
said that before fucking.
Well, 'cause he
before
probably was
Rashawn
told.
even- yeah,
He was
for
probably
sure.
told, right? So
I don't know. I mean, if he sticks around, I think, you know, if he's around at the beginning of the season and Watson is suspended for 4, I think he could easily go 2-2, and that at least keeps at least keeps them with 2 wins and keeps the Browns afloat. And that's where I think it could potentially push them into that wild card spot. Those
Okay,
2 games.
I understand that, but I don't think he's going to.
If he's not going to be there, it's a different story because
pretty
who's
sure.
the backup, right? That's going to
Well,
be the
that's the
question.
thing. Who is the backup? Case Keenum just went to Buffalo.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Not that that's a good thing, but
I mean, Trubisky was his backup. So
I don't know who. Yeah, 100%.
all right, so we're just going to transition quickly to the Bills here because we're all over the place with the Browns. But
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
The Bills snaked Von Miller away from the Rams.
I wouldn't want to play for the Rams either.
He wanted to, man. but you know what the Bills did? They just kept throwing money at him.
Why wouldn't you, man? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So he signed.
You sure you don't want to come? You sure you don't want to come?
Where's some more Benjamins?
Yeah, this was a pretty low key deal, and the Rams were very quiet on it. But the deal ended up being 6 years, 120 million for a 32-year-old pass rusher. Becomes the first defensive player in NFL history to sign 2 contracts with at least 100 million. Donald will be the next one. Of the total, so Bills are going to be playing out $51.5 million guaranteed. So you're roughly going to be looking at $17.5 million deal for 3 years. That's what this deal is, essentially, with the guaranteed money. So I'm upset that the Rams lost and they gave up a lot for him, but he got us a Super Bowl, so I can't be too upset with him. And he was a superstar down the stretch. The Rams reasoning, they wanted to bring him back, and they were in that same area for money. I think the Bills were just a little bit more, and they offered him more years on the end. I think the Rams are going to only be like a 2 to 3 year deal. Guaranteed money would probably be a little bit less, but it was the annual year was roughly the same, I believe, is what I've seen and heard. But Buffalo got him fair and square, and they gave up a second and a third this year at the trade deadline. So the second was pretty much for Von Miller. The third was for his contract. The Rams paid him less than $1 million to play on a Super Bowl winning team this year. And that's what that third was, because Denver paid the rest of it. So that's where those two, the second and third goes. So we're out, which sucks. Because he's been in the league more than 10 years, he's out of this compensatory pick. I think if you're out of it after 10 years into it, the most you can get for a compensatory pick is a 5th round pick. Because with this pick, he would have easily gotten us a 3rd round pick for the following year.
Compensatory picks are dumb anyway.
What are you talking about? They're awesome. This is how the Rams built their team.
That's dumb.
Why?
Somebody wants to leave as a free agent, they should leave as a free agent. They're a free agent. Why is there compensation?
Because they can't afford to pay him because of the salary cap.
What do you mean?
That's,
Maybe I don't
So
understand.
the
how
Rams
compensatory
can't
picks
afford
work.
to pay that contract because they're tight to the cap. So the league says, okay, if you trade him because of the cap situation, we'll get, or whatever.
you don't get it for trades. You get it. So a compensation is if someone else signs him.
Yeah. So
Okay, but so because you can't afford him under the cap and somebody else can, they sign him. You get a pick.
yeah, which is
That's
it is
dumb.
kind of goofy for sure.
But can you really get upset because people can draft well while their organizations can't?
I mean, I can't be upset with that. I mean, I have been upset with that because the Bears can't draft shit.
Exactly. And then they make these outrageous fucking deals with free agents, and the teams that drafted them can't fucking extend them.
Okay, but you get the benefit of drafting well by having the player that plays well on your team.
For X amount of years, yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to fucking sidebar this whole discussion, but compensatory picks are dumb. Carry on.
They're fucking key, and like the Rams, know how to use them. So the Bills are going to be pretty good this year. I think we can all agree. Do they make it to the Super Bowl?
Ooh.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
Again, it's a congested AFC.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No,
to
they're
Boston.
hungry, man. They're
I-
just they're there.
The
It
mafia
is.
is eating chicken wings, boys.
Oh man,
It is a tough AFC, but they were right there last year.
yeah. No,
And they
can
got
taste
better,
it. They can
so.
taste it. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
They're gonna.
But the rest of the AFC got better this year too.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I looked up their opponents. So they're playing the AFC North this year, which
Ooh.
is another good division.
Ooh.
But they're playing the NFC North, which that division is garbage.
That's like 6 easy wins and two tough ones.
I mean, it's pretty difficult, especially now that Rodgers is on that team, but he's got no one to throw to.
Those are the 2 tough ones.
No, it won't be 2. He'll only play 1 game.
They only play them once. Yeah. Okay.
Won't
Sure,
you
challenge.
challenge that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You said no.
Yeah,
What
you're
the-
right. I should.
that-
I wasn't even
that-
thinking about
that
Josh.
meant-
Jesus
that
Christ.
went through my ears there. I didn't hear that. I was like, I missed that.
Yeah. Fuck. I fucked that one up, Kev. Sorry, bro. Fuck.
So
Fuck. I could have had a good one there.
the Bills are likely to get the first seed because they got a pretty decent schedule. Like there is a first place schedule, which is not always as easy, but so they'll play the Chiefs, play the shitty Titans,
Yeah.
but we'll see. They got I got to play the rest of the AFC North too, but
Yeah, playing the AFC North is that's a tough one, man, because that's going to be 4.
it's not as tough
gonna
as the
be
AFC
3.
West.
Yeah, fair. No, but I mean, it's still that's 3 tough games. Like the 4th one won't be that tough against
it's
Pittsburgh.
shitty
Right? It's not going to be
fucking
crazy.
Steelers.
But the other 3 games are tough in that division. Assuming that, like, do you know when they play Cleveland? Because if he's suspended
maybe you
for
get him
4,
without
yeah,
the time.
maybe you get an easy.
We
one
don't have the
against Cleveland.
schedule yet. We don't have the
Right,
schedule
so-
yet. So there's I can't remember the homes and the home and away games,
Mm.
but it's I just knew it was those divisions. But it's hard not to see them get the first seed and then they just have to win 2 games to get in that Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm saying they win the fucking Super Bowl.
I know I understand you.
Fuck yeah.
We got to get.
I gotta throw all this
champs
Chicago
first.
Bears shit out. And just be straight up Buffalo fan. Maybe not, but maybe
Maybe.
we'll see. Maybe I'll just jump ship like Kev. He wanted to go to the fucking Vegas Raiders. Did we
I mean,
veto
I
that,
still
or
might,
did we
man.
not
I
veto
still
that?
might. I still might. I might call the Raiders again this year for the Super Bowl win.
You might
But-
as well. You might as well because they are looking pretty good. They signed Max Crosby to a huge deal, and they just got one of the best receivers in the league, Devontae Adams. Huge
Super
trade.
Bowl good. I don't think the Super Bowl good.
I mean, they got to get out of the division. That's the big thing, right? Every team in that division has got to get out of the division first, and
You know
then
what?
they're going to be top end when it comes to the rest.
Like that, and that's the thing too, is like that whole division could get playoff berths.
It's insane that division now, man.
Yeah.
Insane.
But like you have to understand too, because the NFC West, I was in it, or my team was in it, and like you beat up the crap out of each other, right? So it's tough to get the whole division into the playoffs. So one's gonna probably shit out. It would probably be the Raiders or the Chargers.
It's hard to
But
say
the-
about the Chargers, though, man. They got a hell of a if they've stacked up their defense, and if Herbert can, take another step, man, that's a tough fucking team to beat.
They have a very good offense. Their defense was garbage last year, and the head coach is a defensive coordinator by trade, right? So he's building up a defense. He signed J.C. Jackson, who was quite a superstar. So we'll see.
I mean,
But,
he got Khalil Mack too, so like add those 2 guys. That's a big boost to your defense.
They didn't even pay that much for him.
No, they got him for fucking nothing. Here you go. We don't want this guy anymore.
Oh, I don't know why you wouldn't
Yeah.
have kept them.
Yeah, like there's years on his contract. The Bears paid way more for Khalil Mack, and they had to sign him. So
Yeah, they fucked up, but I think
it's rebuild time.
Poles needed to make his statement, and that was his statement. He wasn't going to make a statement by doing a different quarterback. I think that he was happy having the potential field, so he had to make some sort of splash, and that was his splash. Don't like it, but it is what it is.
Like he didn't really even play that good.
No, he didn't. He did not. The first year was pretty good. Like, you know, we kind of got what we expected.
It
And
was
then he
that
went
hype.
downhill
It
from
was
there.
that hype when you got him, man.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It's okay. The Raiders really didn't make out like bandits, anyways, when they drafted.
sure. No, they
people
didn't,
there
no.
either. So
Well, that's Mike Mayock, right? He got the picks after, right?
yeah, you're right. But like you guys could also, instead of trading up to get Trubisky, could have got Mahomes.
Or Deshaun. I'll take Deshaun, even with all the issues.
Don't even say that, man.
So would it be fair
Just
to
say you'll take Mahomes and just walk on your merry way.
All right, I'll take Mahomes.
Would it be fair to say, guys, that I'm Atlanta Falcon by heart, but a Raider fan by soul?
No.
No. It's so funny that everybody else is allowed to have a couple teams, but not Kev. Maybe it's
One year he
because
said
all
the
of our
Saints.
secondary teams are the same. So, like, we're all secondary Bills fans.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't like the Saints. I would much rather you go to Vegas as a fan than move laterally in the division. I cannot. That's like me going to be a fucking Packer fan. Like, just shoot me first. Seriously, just
Or
shoot
even
me.
worse, at
Detroit.
Lions.
Yeah, just put me down, boys. Like, there's no fucking way that's happening. Like, I will live and die by the fucking shitty Bears before I fucking move to any of those other stupid purple, green, or light blue fucking teams.
Hey,
Like,
just calm down. You play on a guy that likes Michigan. Robert, sorry, bud. All right. So yeah, he got traded, Devontae Adams from Green Bay to the Raiders for a first, which would be the 22nd overall, and a second, a 52 overall in this year's draft. And he also agreed to a new deal, which makes him the highest paid wide receiver in the league. And on an annual average of $28.25 million. That's a lot of money for a wide receiver. I don't remember the last one even close to that high, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So obviously Adams is probably going to do pretty good with his college quarterback from Fresno State. He's going to be playing for his hometown team, even though they're in Las Vegas now, but it was his hometown team when they were in Oakland. Who do the Packers replace Adams with?
Julio.
I mean, the real answer is nobody, because there's nobody that can replace Devontae Adams. He, in my opinion, is the best receiver in the league.
No,
So
man. Cooper Kupp is.
No, just calm down. No.
Relax.
Best fucking receiver
Cooper's
receiving
good,
season
but-
ever.
No, I get that.
Ever.
But
They just
I
had
understand. But
Devontae Adams has
let's
had
see what he does this year. Because I'll bet you it's not nearly as good as
back-to-back.
last year. So
I bet you he
I
is.
don't think he can replace. You can't replace him. I mean, not with guys that are available, free agent wise. There's just no way.
The only one really close is OBJ, and he's
Right.
not going to be showing up until November, and he's going to be a Ram.
Yeah, and who knows what's going to happen there with that. And I mean, unless they reach out to him and say, "Here, we need you to come out now," I just don't think that they can replace that production. He's the go-to guy. Like, they re-signed Tunyon, but he got hurt last year, and I just saw that they did re-sign him. But like, he's a fucking tight end. Like, he can only do so much, and he's not like a Gronk, right? Like, he's not even a Gronk in his old age. Like, he's good, but he's not that good.
He's coming off an injury too.
Right. And so who else is going to make, like, who else? Like, I don't know if Randall Cobb is still under fucking contract, but they
re-signed him.
So you got old man Cobb. You got, is
MVS is, I think they're trying to get a contract together.
But is he a free agent technically right now?
Yeah.
Right. So they got fucking nobody. Like, who are they going to go get? Maybe a Julio, but I don't think Julio is going to be he might end up being the number one guy just because if they were to sign him, but he's not the best player that's available by any stretch. I don't think, like, wide receiver wise anyway.
I don't know, man. Like, I think he might be.
Well, I'm saying OBJ, but they got to throw money at OBJ for
He's
him
still
to go
coming off
play in
that
the
injury,
cold.
though, man. He's going to take.
He's not going to show up probably till November, halfway through the
That's
season.
right. And
So,
you might as well just sit him out the whole year again. Just sit him out a whole year.
like they probably should have made a push for Juju just because of lack of wide receivers out there. I wouldn't have given Christian Kirk the amount of fucking money he got, which we'll get to in a second. But like,
well, that was my thing. I was just gonna say, like, Allen Robinson, just signed with the Rams for 46.5 million over 3 years, so that's roughly 15 million. And then Bobby Trees was dealt to the Tennessee Titans for a 6th round pick, so he's got 4 years at 65 million.
that's actually really good for you, Pete. That's a really good pick.
I thought that was quite the fucking steal for the Titans.
Yeah.
But
between
he doesn't
him now and AJ Brown there, that's a good pair because AJ is going to be the deep big man, and
the touchdown guy.
Yeah, and then but Bobby Trees is going to be your fucking slot guy, your down low, your check down.
He's going
to run for a bunch of yak, like not quite as much as Cooper Kupp, but he's an awesome run blocker, which is perfect for that offense. Yep.
Yeah.
And he is very good at running routes, so he's going to be a good 3rd down guy too when AJ Brown is fucking covered. He might be like your 3rd down go-to guy.
Yeah, I think that was a hell of a pickup by the Titans.
So just on that, because I was upset because Bobby Trees left.
He wasn't just upset; he was crying. He was crying.
I mean, I may have shed a tear.
The single tear.
I mean, like he was there when we were the lowest, and when he signed with the Rams, I thought it was a lot for him because he did nothing in fucking Buffalo, and he fucking came out guns a-blazing.
Yeah,
he's a good player. He's a solid player. Is he worth the money that we signed him for? Probably not, because I think Robinson is more of a number 1 receiver, and he more fits what Stafford is. He throws up 50-50 balls all the time and lets his receivers make a play. And they figured that out with Odell, because Odell can make those plays, and Robinson can probably make those plays almost better because he's a bigger body than OBJ. So I'm happy with OBJ or the Allen Robinson signing. I just thought we were just going to roll with Allen Robinson and Bobby Trees and Cooper Kupp. And for a 6th round pick, I think is a steal. Huge cap savings for the Rams, because I think we owed him like $10 million if he made it to their roster on Sunday today. And so they got rid of him. And I think they helped him out. They asked him where he wanted to go, and he said he wanted to go to the Titans. He definitely wasn't going to any NFC, because I'm pretty sure Matt LaFleur knows him because he was on the Rams staff. So he was probably wanted him, especially after Devontae Adams got traded.
So that would have been an all right pickup for Green Bay for sure. I mean, he's a good pickup for anybody, 100%.
That would be huge.
He didn't do much in Buffalo because if memory serves me right, he didn't have much of a fucking quarterback.
No, that was the huge thing. They didn't know how to use him either.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they didn't know how to use Marshawn Lynch either. So
yeah, well, that was kind of the whole coaching regime at that time.
Fair enough. So yeah, OBJ is on the free market, but like I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to sign with the Rams after we freed up that space with Bobby Trees. Christian Kirk's gone. He got paid a fuckload of money.
Too much.
And like you said, Juju. Nothing's really coming off the top of my head of another wide receiver on the market besides
Jarvis Landry.
Julio.
There's Landry's available, but meh.
Yeah, but Landry's kind of got the same kind of Cobb look, right? He's a fucking
fair enough. Yep.
He's a slot guy, right?
Yep.
So
I really don't know what the Packers are gonna do. I really
Julio.
That's the only, like I said, that's the only guy.
Might be it, but
and they'll probably bring MVS back. Like, I don't know who else they would try and get.
Yeah, unless they make some sort of big splash with a trade or something.
The other thing is they got they got 2 first-round picks, and they also have 2nd-round picks. So they might make a pick at that because Devontae Adams was a 2nd-round pick. So that's where you find a lot of good
draft
receivers.
though this year for wideouts. Is it deep?
It is deep.
Yeah. So
He's
then
gonna
maybe
be
that's what
deep
they
for a
do.
while. So, but again, you're dealing with a rookie then.
Yeah, still, they're still getting the ball from fucking A-Rod, right?
That's true.
So
And then he's gonna, and then if he fucking drops a pass, he's not gonna throw it to him for the next like 3 series.
yeah, for sure, or 3 games.
You want me to throw it lighter for you?
Yeah. But the Christian Kirk thing, like he signed with the Jags here for a bunch of fucking money. And like I would take Juju. You know, you've got the numbers up here for Juju a year at 10.75. I take Juju every day of the week for that cost over Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk got fucking double that. Like it's
Yeah.
like he was a pretty solid third receiver, but that's first round or first overall or first string receiver, I guess you could say, money that he got.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in free agency. You get overpaid.
It's insane, man. Like I said, he was good, but and then like, I mean, obviously a lot of stuff we talk about is fantasy related. Like he's not gonna do shit in fantasy. Just because he's gonna be the number 1 there doesn't mean shit. It's Jacksonville, right? So like he's not gonna perform. His stats are gonna be a number 2 at best, in my opinion. You know, when you compare it to the other guys, there's gonna be,
I'd agree with that.
30 wide receivers that are better than he is as number 1. So I just don't see how the Jags made. I mean, I guess they just had money to burn, and
It's every year.
and they need to get a wideout somewhere. So I just don't think it was a good fucking choice. What do I know? Just some guy on a podcast.
Wasted this shit.
What? No. These 9%ers are going down good though, boys. I need a couple more. Missed a fucking challenge and everything. Fuck, that pissed me off.
We need one too.
I know we do. I know. Especially because I would have been right there. And you got, or not you, but not everybody, but at least you, Pete, would have got a minus.
Yeah,
You're the guy,
Yeah,
you're the guy I'm
I
chasing right now for
That would
I
be
tossed
key.
it out there for you.
I know,
You
I
Like-
fucked up.
didn't
Like-
take the bait.
Even with Memphis, with Penny Hardaway, that sucked, eh? The coach.
Oh, Pete, are you frozen or are you just giving Kevin the stare down?
Staring at me.
I am frozen. I
Yes.
have frozen.
Oh,
There
there
you
you
Okay,
go.
there he is.
There you go.
I don't know what you
He's
said,
back.
Kev.
He said something about Penny Hardaway. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
You know who Penny Hardaway is?
no.
Oh, wow.
Kevin's going off on a fucking tangent. We're talking about
What-
football, wide receivers.
What sport?
No, we're
He's
talking about basketball.
Basketball.
We're talking about trying to get a challenge. I was trying to sit there throwing out there that Penny Hardaway is the coach of the Memphis in the NCAAs.
And the NC double
Don't know
AA,
who
is that
that
like AAAA then?
AA?
Triple A's.
NC quad A. He tried
no
getting
challenge.
you there,
Yeah.
Pete, but you didn't fall for
You
it because
froze.
you're so fucking confused. Yeah, what?
Very confused and also half frozen. It's not a good combination.
Yeah. for
Not
sure.
good for the bait.
Yosh had one, but you should have, woulda, coulda,
Oh, I fucked up, boys. I'm sorry.
but didn't.
These things happen.
Yep. That's why we all take a minus today.
I mean, we
Well,
still have
we still got the
one
penalty
more segment.
box.
We have
We got
one
the
more
one
got the
segment.
penalty
Oh,
box.
All right, we got this.
We got the penalty box here.
Who's in the box?
So in our penalty box this week, it's the Central Collegiate Hockey Association, the CCHA,
Yeah.
for the third time. The Minnesota State Mavericks were able to secure the Mason Cup victory with a 2-1 win over Bemidji State.
What?
Bemidji.
Did you say Jumanji State?
Yeah, that's what I said. Jumanji State.
Okay.
Jumanji State in overtime on Saturday.
Good thing we got 9.5 and 8.5% beers.
Holy boys, holy.
Oh fuck. All right, so
the problem-
Jumanji State lost. Right? That's
That,
what you said?
that in itself does not get you into the penalty box.
Okay.
That's just
Oh.
sports. What got the CCHA into the penalty box here is that the Minnesota State Mavericks had to beat Bemidji State twice
Jumanji State.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pronounced Jumanji State.
So the first time was 3 minutes, 2 seconds into overtime after sophomore forward Josh Grohl,
Superstar girl.
superstar Grohl, took the puck by himself with a full head of steam and beat Matthias Scholl with a beautiful move. Minnesota State was awarded the Mason Cup by the CCHA commissioner, Don Lucia. But not long after both teams left the ice, word spread that the goal was being looked at carefully to see if it entered the net illegally.
What?
Nearly an hour since Grohl's overtime winner.
An hour.
And you can imagine, overtime winner for the cup, celebrations,
Like,
pandemonium.
how drunk is Minnesota State at this point?
Right.
A
After
little.
an hour.
An hour.
So the not long after both teams left the ice, I said that already. I did that. Nearly an hour since Grohl's overtime winner, the official call was made by the CCHA that the puck went underneath the goal frame and was therefore not a goal.
What? They cheated?
They cheated big time.
They cheated. All right.
So what happened is they as Grohl made the beautiful move, put the puck past the goalie actually backed into the post, knocked it up just a little bit. And Grohl did not slide the puck past the goalie into the net. He slid it beside the goalie, underneath the side of the net,
In the net.
into the net. So, fans scurried to get back into the building. Both teams were faced with adversity and needed to get redressed and refocused or re-sober to finish this hockey game.
Yeah. Something we
just
can't
stuck-
do at this point.
They stuck the smelling salt right up their nose.
Boy,
yeah.
Sure.
Teams were given 5 minutes to warm up and do any sort of pregame preparation that was necessary before play resumed. And the Mavericks managed to pick up right where they left off, controlling much of the opening minutes since the game resumed at 5:11. McNeely walked right down the slot and beat Scholl glove side to secure the game-winning goal again.
So they
After an hour's worth of controversy.
Huh.
Apparently, the overhead camera, which clearly showed that the puck went underneath the side of the net and not into the proper opening of the net, was not available when they did a review of the goal during the game. And that's why they fucked up the call. I don't know why that view wasn't available. But
Probably because it's
award-
the CCHA and not the NHL.
the camera existed. It's the feed is there. We can see it. That's how they proved it was not a goal. They just didn't have it when they were reviewing for some reason. So for that clusterfuck, for awarding a championship and then rescinding that championship to continue play, just have the same team win again. Be a much better story if the other team won.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. First team would be so mad. Imagine that. I'm gonna need that trophy back.
Yeah.
because
Sorry.
this team won.
Sorry.
Fuck. This is fucked, man. Like
That's
hour?
bad.
Yeah, no
An
doubt. An
hour?
hour.
And then, like Pete, you said that the fans scurried back in. Like, I am nowhere near the stadium after an hour. Like,
Yeah.
I'm at a bar by that next, and I'm not scurrying back
No.
for sure. Like, even if it was NHL games, whatever, you can't get back in once you leave. And I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that would not be, oh, sorry, these stands are
Sorry.
empty for the last fucking 20-minute overtime period that they're about to play in the playoffs because it was a championship game.
For the championship.
Yeah. So it would be difficult if it was an NHL situation. But this is fucking crazy. I understand that all views might not be available in a lower tier league, but man, an hour? Like, legitimately, these kids, I don't care how old they are or they're kids or whatever, adults, doesn't matter. They are fucking drinking for sure after winning the
Yeah,
fucking championship. And now they're going back out on the ice. Like, I've been on the ice drunk, and it's not a fun situation, man.
I mean, it's pretty fun, but
It's
no,
fun
no,
for you
no.
guys.
No.
Fun for when you're watching me trip over the blue line and shit. But You know, I don't know, man. This is just insane. An hour?
Yeah.
That's what
Like
just,
I'm surprised they actually did this and didn't just like, how do you do that after the game is done? It's trophies awarded to
yeah.
fucking rewind and
You've
bring the game
celebrated and
back.
everything, yeah.
Like that's crazy to me. Like even like it's clearly the right call because the goal was not a good goal. But man, I'm surprised they didn't just fucking swallow their lumps and say, "Yeah, we made a bad call.
Yeah.
Sorry."
Well,
I know it's
let's
for the
just
championship and all. Sorry
Well,
about that.
let's just hope this is for the future. The next time something dumb happens in a championship game, let alone this is the CCHA or whatever. like let's hope that when mistakes happen,
trend.
they fix it, right?
No, this is not like this is not normal. Like
No,
imagine
you're right. You're right. It's not normal, but I'm just saying maybe they can do more of this.
Yeah, like in the Saints playoff game, football playoff game with the pass
shit.
interference.
Well,
Imagine
we can call the rest of that too. The drive before, golf got fucking yanked at the 1 yard line. Would have been a first and goal on the 1 yard line. They score a touchdown. And
imagine just
they're up.
reversing back to that play.
I'm just
Putting
saying.
that time back on the clock.
You have to go back.
If you're
all
gonna
the
go
way there.
that
A couple
far,
hours later.
you might as well go right back to the fucking Atlanta Falcons and their what is it, 27, 28-3?
But there was there any controversy there?
There.
Doesn't
there wasn't
matter. It
any
doesn't matter. I
controversy.
just want to make Kevin relive it. You actually hit it. Look at you. Maybe you are a basketball player.
That was
No, not likely. This is fucking nuts, man. I'm glad that they came up with the final, like, realize that yes, it was not a goal, but an hour later is insane, man. That's insane. And how hard is it for the players to be winding down? You've just exerted yourself all you can exert. This is a championship game. And you've chilled out and you've cooled right down, and now you've got 5 minutes to warm back up and play at your highest level you could ever play at, because again, it's still the championship game.
yeah. I bet that was harder on the losing team,
for sure.
like to lose the championship and just be completely fucking dejected and we lost. We
At
made
the same time, you get the word that you didn't lose yet, so maybe you're like, all right, boys, let's fucking go. But tough, man. Tough to lose twice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the worst part. You suck twice, boys. That's a tough one.
Yeah, fucking Jumanji State. Let's go. Be better.
You know what? If they were called Jumanji State, they would have won.
Yeah, guaranteed.
For sure. If they didn't, there would have been like elephants and fucking rhinos running through the fucking rink, right? All right, man. Petey, you got to tell us how much we sucked today.
Well, we all sucked a lot,
Yeah.
especially Josh.
I fucked up big time.
You
boys.
fucked up huge,
Yeah.
Boyd.
Because I put it out there.
Yeah, you fucked up.
I
You
was
didn't even know
dumb.
you fucked up.
No, I
You
didn't.
fucked up.
But after you said it, I was like, oh yeah.
You corrected him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just corrected me. So
Bullshit.
because it was not a challenge, it's just a -1 across the board. Across the board. Especially Jesse.
Fuck you, Jesse.
Hey man, I wasn't the one that fucked up today.
I mean, you kind of are. You were right there too.
Yeah.
See, me and Yosh actually drank beers tonight, so that's what we fucked us up.
Shit. Oh shit.
I mean, Josh drank the strongest beer, so I can't.
Oh,
blame
here
him
we
for not
go.
catching that
You're
challenge. I
not
don't know why
first
you
or
didn't catch it.
second.
No,
This guy
because I'm pretty sure
loses
last
by a
catch.
million.
All right, maybe you
miles.
are drunk. Maybe you are.
But you guys only have these 2 beers at the start. I go through, like today, I had 4 beers and 3 shots before I even started this
It
episode.
doesn't matter, man. You gotta show up to fucking play.
How many drinks did you have during the game, or during the game, during the show?
My
The
2.
game. Not the game.
The
Let's
show.
talk about practice. See what you
Yeah.
see all the
They-
beers you drink before, that's
It's
practice.
Yeah.
We're not talking about practice. We
They
talk
keep
about the
score
game.
during the game.
We talk about the game that
The
I bring a
game they keep
9% to. We talk about the game.
Not about the warm up and practice.
Not talking about practice, man.
Yeah.
Talking about the game. Kev, I drank 2 9%ers and 2.5 fucking 5%ers during the show here. So
Mhm.
it was a long motherfucker, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I know that too.
But I think on the drunk level, we might be pretty close. With all your bitch beers that you drank today, might be close to.
And the 3 shots that I had that be probably close to Jesse.
Huh.
I mean, Pedro, but I thought, I was going to be the bitch at 5.5.
Peter's come to play to win.
I don't sleep these days, so it's I'm basically drunk all the time.
I mean, like more percentage will help you sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
I froze again.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're just dumb. You didn't freeze at all. Oh, fuck. All right, guys. Petey, since you're the bitch, let's start us up. How was your bitch beer tonight?
My bitch boomstick, the bitch beer. Broomstick Brewing Company, a yard sale, West Coast Pale Ale. It was good. Nice, easy drinking beer. Nice yard sale on the can. I thought it was cool. I didn't know I'd be so ridiculed for it.
You should
definitely
know.
knew.
Yeah.
that's
This
not-
is your first
that's
day?
not true at all.
What is this, your first episode?
Fucking rookie. Yeah, it was good. It was good, easy drinking beer, and I regret nothing.
Actually, when you first said that you had yard sale, I thought for sure the can was gonna have like a fucking garage sale on it. I wasn't expecting a fucking sports guy to be losing all his equipment because he bailed.
Oh, I got the joke right away. I thought it would have been like more of a because you're a hockey.
Yeah,
A
guy,
hockey thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the yard sale for snowboarding.
Mhm.
But
So,
he's a
Kev,
bitch.
how was your first or second beer or whatever beer you had? You had a bunch.
Thanks, Pedro. So I had a Descendants Hamburger, 5.5%.
A hamburger?
That's just the first one.
What? It's a hamburger with booze in it? That's
And
my
then-
kind of hamburger.
And then I had a second one with a Victoria Park Heffenweisen.
Heffenweisen.
Heffenweisen. Also a 5.5. Again, shout out the Dragon. Appreciate those shots once again, bro.
Sure.
Jesse, how was your beverages?
It's pretty good. Metalhead. I got the I had the Queen of Hops. Wasn't the best one today, but she was potent. 8.5 at Nickelbrook. Definitely
First
good.
your last, Jesse. If you're not first, your last.
This guy is just constantly. It's just as bad as fucking
Your last,
catching
last
it,
one.
catching a warm-up ball and everything like that. It's the exact same fucking argument.
Hey, at least I caught it.
You caught a ball thrown to you. Congratulations.
Fuck.
I caught it. That's right. I didn't pick it up off the ground.
It was good. Yosh, how is your number 1% beer, bud?
As you said, you had the queen of beers. I had the king of beers today. 9% Fracture India Pale
I
Imperial.
said
India
I
Pale
had the
Ale.
queen of hops.
Queen of hops. I got the king of hops. It says right
There you
here. Look at it. Fucking king of hops, boys.
There you go.
It was.
I
quite
tried to play
nice.
that off to you.
Yeah, I know. I fucked it up a little bit. And they're 9%. Remember?
There's more than once that this has happened this show.
Take 3. So again, Fracture India Imperial India Pale Ale, 9%, hella good. King of hops, as it says. Really enjoyed it. Amsterdam Brewing, top notch here. I might just stop buying these fucking regular old beers that I drink and just keep on drinking these strong ass IPAs because they are tasty and they get you fucking drunk, boys. They do. They do. And I'm gonna give you guys a heads up right now. I got an even fucking stronger one next year. So y'all better
Next
come
year?
fucking swinging. Next year,
Challenge.
next week, whatever.
Challenge next year.
Next year. I'm thinking baseball seasons next year, you know.
Pedro's
Fuck you,
frozen.
Kevin.
There you- Yeah.
All
It's at
right.
9.5 kicking it.
Yeah. So anyway, next week I got an even heavier hitter. So y'all better come to play.
Ooh.
All right.
I got one. I don't know. If I
You
wanna
might have
play
to
it
go
yet.
to the fucking store to find something more than 9%. Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna play next week.
We'll see. We'll see.
Stay tuned.
Hey Pete, how you doing over there? Cold?
Fantastic. buddy.
Are you cold?
Fantastic.
Because sometimes you look frozen. All right, guys. For everyone here at Points and Penalties, we'd like to thank you for listening. Thanks for listening to our fucking drunken ass antics. Please subscribe on YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Points Penalties. And until next week,
Stay
out of the
penalty
penalty box.